1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Back at it, back at it, back at it. No crack addicts. We're back, man. It's your boy Friday Ricky Dread here with another live for your head top. Big salute to everybody who's popping in. Now I'm gonna add another thing over here. I'm gonna add Facebook. Let me add Facebook. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube as usual, as well as on Twitch. Salute to all the people who are popping up on Instagram right now. If you see me on Instagram, then you know the drill. We are live on YouTube. Okay, youtube.com/We Love Hip Hop Network. Who's over in the live over here? Big salute to Sav4X, Price the Boss. That's my brother right there. Who else is in here? Enough people are popping up. Dram Diablo's in the building. Pop out. We are live on YouTube. We got a lot of different things to get to. Let's get to the list. Let me go through my list. I want to just add one last thing on this whole top 5 Drake Whack 100 issue. Nothing too big. I just want to add one last little detail and thing to my apology. Also on the list of things. And see, we did a live earlier this week, and that's where we spent the most of the time. Anybody who wants to see the extended apology, I suggest y'all go to the live that was a couple of days ago on Monday night and check that out. Also, next on the list I have here, Megan Thee Stallion has a restraining order on Tory Lanez, even though the man is in jail. We'll get into it and some of the details of that. I want to react to that Drake Lookalike contest that happened this weekend as well. That was a crazy event. Big salute to Izzy Drake and Jason Perez. They've been in those are two We Love Hip Hop alumni, and I want to go over that. That was a pretty funny and interesting event. Lil Wayne speaks on Kendrick Lamar. We're going to get into that. Sadboi versus Agent 00. That one just popped off today. I didn't expect that to be a thing, but we're definitely going to get into that. Also, I want to get into something more in the Toronto rap scene as well. Who had the best year in Toronto rap? All right. Let me know in the comments below who had the best year in Toronto rap. We can start that off now, and then later on in this broadcast, we'll go into it more in depth. And we can go over a list of different names who have done well in 2024 in the Toronto music scene, specifically in the rap scene. Also, I got in our civic duties because we definitely got to get into our civic duties. We've broken a record for medically assisted deaths in Canada. I don't know if y'all know that Canada is, we good at just letting people, die for whatever reasons, and we're trying to extend the reasons for medically assisted death to mental issues and all types of stuff. I don't know how many people outside of Canada are aware of this type of stuff, or even here in Canada, but we're going to get into it. I have a bunch of different links and news clips. Chrystia Freeland, our finance minister, she stepped down, and it's Trudeau next. Okay. And Trump has still been tweeting on our head top, just trying to make us look crazy. So I got a list of topics. Spam the chat if you have any topics that you want me to address as well. Okay. We're going to be locking in probably a good 3-hour live over here. For the people on Instagram, youtube.com. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Jesus Christ. Feels good to be back without any type of other bullshit to address. Let me just give myself a quick mic check here, make sure everything's copacetic. Uno momento. Okay, we're good. Okay, everybody, let's check in. All right, in the friendly ways. Who's in the building right now? I seen Down to Earth in the building from earlier. Salute. Old John Crow, 416 Trackstar Music in the building. That's a member right there. Salute. Cody Kotler in the building. Salute. Money in the building. Salute. 007 Media Degent or DG Entertainment. Salute. Who else is in there? Yolanda Richardson. Salute. 101 G-Note. Salute. FA. Salute. Who else? What you got to say here? FGM. Let me put it on the screen here. FMG Mob, Friends Up, Top, Fully, Ras Up. All right. Salute to the crew, man. Salute to your whole crew, bro. Who else is in the building? Make yourself be seen. Borough TV, aka DJ Czar, aka Borough Sound TV, aka DJ Czar, aka Mustache in the building. I'm gonna be putting a link soon as far as opening up the conversation. But let me just get through a couple of things. I have a few surprises also that I'm going to be bringing in this live, a few special guests. We're going to cook today. All right. We got the ingredients. Sigma in the building. Rico McLovin in the building. Ryan Swanson in the building. NBA City in the building. Let's go. Salute to the sponsors before we get into anything. I want to give a big salute to Diamond Club. Okay, Diamond Club is the one that keeps me toasty on a regular basis. Okay, hit them up if you want any delivery across the GTA as well as across Canada. The postal strike is over, so we can get our deliveries again. Let's go. All right. Diamond Club _ Canada is the Instagram page if you want to hit them up. Okay, and you can also find them on the 7 Days of Weed website. Use the code We Love Hip Hop on the way out. Get yourself one of those discounts. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Also, if you want some of that blem, some of that grabber, hit up Steaming Hot Grabber. Okay, I got a grabber shaker right here, courtesy of Steaming Hot Grabber, and the grabber is hot. All right. Don't be mistaken. The grabber is hot. Big salute to BJ Gill for the membership right there. Thank you. Hold on. Let me give you the air horns there. Air horns. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the membership. But yes, make sure to hit up Steaming Hot Grab if you want any of that delivery. Okay, delivery across the GTA, and Steaming Hot Grab is their Instagram page. Last but not least, for my people in Ottawa, if you want same-day delivery of some of that loud, okay, same-day delivery in Ottawa as well as across Canada, you got to hit up those boys over at Only Loud. Okay, Only Loud got some super dope legacy blends, a whole bunch of different blends under their umbrella, like pink, Astro Pink, and all these different people under their umbrella, and they got their own fire blend as well. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Only Loud Canada. You could also find them on Telegram and Snapchat, onlyloud.ca. All right, all of that stuff is out of the way. So and Roadrunner interview is on the way. That's going to be the interview that's dropping tomorrow. All right, big salute to Roadrunner. Went out, had some good food with them. With him, and it was a really dope experience. So yeah, look out for that drop in tomorrow morning for all listening, and 6 p.m. we're going to be dropping the premiere. Now let's get into some of the things that I have here. As far as with the apology to Top 5 and stuff like that, I'm not going to re-apologize and go through a whole long thing. Okay, I spoke to both parties behind the scenes, both parties being Top 5 and Drake. Like I said to y'all on the live, I was going to apologize publicly and privately, and that was done. Okay, I'm not going to divulge the details of the conversation. What I do want to show y'all, let me go up on my Instagram quick fast. Let's go up on the gram. Okay. And salute to both parties. For all people who are out there like, yo, Friday, he's a hat. You know, pray for Friday. I don't know what's going to happen to him. I've been seeing the comments on non-Top 5 related videos or non-Drake related videos. Y'all niggas jump in the comments like, yo, bro, watch your head back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look out for the GGs. This is days after I've already spoken to 5 and prior to speaking to Drake, but I was going to do my due diligence to make sure I speak to these guys behind the scene. What I have here up on the screen is a picture from last night. Okay, big salute to Voices from the Staircase. Did a great interview with these guys. Okay, it was heated. There was some heated debates in there. If you see the person with the 2 middle fingers up, that's Honcho Hoodlum. All right. You know, when Honcho Hoodlum's in attendance, it always gets crazy. All right. Chase 420 says, Friday looking spooked out. How, bro? How, Sway? How? I'm not spooked out, bro. I'm good, fam. I'm good. But yeah, the reason I'm showing this picture is because when this episode does come out, that'll be the last time you're actually hearing me speak on the matter, because, you know, because everything just is fresh and just happened, and I went on somebody else's podcast, they put my feet to the fire. We got loud in there. So when you start seeing clips, you might see me like, yo, nigga, let me talk, nigga. Yo, what the? It was crazy. Okay. But good content. Okay. When you get screaming happening in content, it's always good content. You know what I'm saying? JNS Drizzy says, you was scared for real. Laugh out loud. Nah. Concerned, yes. Scared, no. You know what I'm saying? I walk with God, brother. I walk with God. But yeah, this is the reason I'm showing this picture here. Here's the thing, though. One thing that I learned from this experience is obviously you can't trust everyone. And as somebody who works in the media, and I explained this in the last live of the reasons of why I might be talking to somebody who lives in LA, somebody who lives in New York City, Atlanta, anywhere outside of Toronto, okay, as well as the people who do live in Toronto. Media people speak behind the scenes. And some of the conversations that we have behind the scenes are sometimes things that are like, oh shit, I never knew that. That's wild. Okay. The amount of things that people tell me about people in the West Coast or people in different areas in the United States is wow type of information. But that information usually stays behind the scene. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I did realize about it when it comes to people like Whack 100, because, you know, I still have multiple colleagues that are in the United States that I trust with any type of information that I might tell to them and they might tell to me. Okay. But when it comes to guys like Whack, obviously from his track run, from the way that you've been seeing him move around on camera, he moves a little bit different. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and kick his back in and be like, yo, F Whack 100, da, da, da. No, we're not doing all that. But as far as trusting him, everybody knows don't trust Whack. That's just a thing. Okay. I don't care if you're somebody who works doing business with the nigga. Even if you got a contract with that nigga, still keep one eye open. But the realization that I have is they don't like us. You know that whole thing that they not like us? They don't like us. There's certain agents that are over there in the United States, and I call them agents because they're agents of chaos. Okay, comparable to the K-bots and different things like that. People who are just there to create division in the comments, division in the cities. You know, try to make people question who the real winner is or who their goat is. All that type of stupid shit. Okay, just divisive activity. And one thing I did realize through this is there's some people who have a mission to try to not only bring down a guy like Drizzy Drake, they want to bring down the way that the Canadian culture is looked at. And don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of people in the States that are like, nah, bro, no, Friday. It's not like that. It's not like that. We love y'all up there, down here. It's just Kendrick and Drake. I get that. But your boy Kendrick was moving pretty slick during that battle of not just making a Drake and Kendrick thing, but making it a y'all ain't like us. And let me break down some stuff. I'm going to open up a video here courtesy of my boy Matt from What's the Dirt. If y'all haven't seen his new video, I suggest y'all go check it out. He has a new video breaking down Kendrick's diabolical way of the way that he was able to defeat Drake and the narratives that he was able to paint in his attack. Okay, here's it goes. It's called How to Strangle a Goat. Kendrick Lamar's plan to destroy Drake.
It truly goes without saying that Kendrick Lamar dominated the beef again.
So we're going to go through a few parts of it. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I suggest y'all go check it out. All right. Go check out the What's the Dirt YouTube channel. He gives a very, very good breakdown of Kendrick's diabolical plan. But some of the narratives that were painted during this battle has really resonated to now, where it got guys like Whack 100 obsessed with not only Drizzy Drake, but with Canadian culture. So let's get into it.
Against Drake and came up on top by a significant margin. However, his win over Drake is the result of something far more powerful than just piecing up syllables. The most critical aspect of Kendrick's win comes down to one thing: strategy. Everything this man did before the battle, in the battle, and especially after the battle has been extremely calculated and downright impeccable. Let's just be real here. Like, the guy hasn't made a single mistake. Kendrick daydreamed about destroying Drake for a very long time, and in 2024, I believe he crafted a calculated strategy, a master plan that we're going to call How to Strangle a Goat.
The black know how to strangle me a goat.
So how do you take down a powerhouse like Drake? Well, a lot of rappers wouldn't be up to the task because most of them are missing a critical piece that Kendrick has had for a very long time. This is the secret sauce that can't be purchased, can't be taught, or replicated. Without this element, Kendrick's strategy wouldn't even exist, and the beef wouldn't have happened in the first place. The precursor that fueled everything.
The way he's setting this up, bro, I'm like, yo, what did he do?
That Kendrick Lamar has an undeniable hatred towards Drake. And this was the ultimate setup for everything that he did. I believe both of these MCs knew at some point that they would one day clash, but I don't think Drake took it as serious because he didn't share that same hatred. Drake may have disliked Kendrick or was annoyed by him, but hate is a pretty strong word, and Kendrick definitely had this emotion with him.
Now let me say I'm the biggest hater.
I don't believe for once.
That's crazy. Okay, let's go a little bit further in the video.
Being said online. He understands how much people are drawn to these ideas, so he's given the people exactly.
This is the nice part right here, where he explains some of Kendrick's strategy.
Been in this industry 12 years. I'ma tell y'all one little secret. It's some weird shit going on, and some of these artists be here to police it.
In reality, Kendrick is the industry, and he's not exposing anything that hasn't been discussed for decades now, but it's all about putting numbers on the board. Like, he knows these things are going to hit. Kendrick is insanely tapped into what's being said online. He understands how much people are drawn to these ideas, so he's given the people exactly what they want to hear. And like I said, he takes this a whole step further because he positions it like he's the one that's up against the industry.
Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life.
The Weinstein and Drake comparisons were actively going on within.
So, okay, you guys get where he's setting up here. Kendrick was not one of those kind of people who didn't hear, or it was just on an island somewhere. He's in Africa doing push-ups. He knows what's going on online. He's got a phone, all right? He's probably got an iPhone 20. He's got the shit before everybody got the shit, all right? So he's aware of the different narratives that were going on online. So before he even started to get into this battle right here, before the first song was even dropped, he was already creating his narrative. The theory that that What's the Dirt paints in this piece right here is that before even Drake thought about writing one song for Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick probably had 8 songs written for him. So let's get to the meat and potatoes. Because right around here is where the narrative building starts getting to us over here in Canada.
Look, this could just be me, but I personally don't like the way that Drake says that. Like, I don't know about you guys.
Okay, right here.
Then let a Canadian nigga.
Right here.
All that stuff, right? It really is the best way to support me in the channel. So really dope conversation piece. All about the music. I'll leave the link in the description. The fifth element that Kendrick incorporated to defeat Drake kind of goes without saying. It was when he weaponized the culture against him. He's so good at doing this that people don't even realize like what he's doing.
Then notice I said we. It's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Kendrick played this all really smart because he's positioning himself as the person that's speaking for everybody. Drake is the imposter, and I'm here to stand up for what's right. I'm doing this for all of us.
Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence.
And it's lines like this one.
Run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence.
Where he deliberately makes the distinction between Canada and America. This is also really clever because now he's making the beef about geography. Kendrick's right. Like, we're not going to let these Canadians copy us. And many people don't take notice to little things like this, but it's one of many ways that Kendrick subtly shaped the narrative. It's like he's saying, look, I don't know who else is with me here, but I'm American. We made this culture. This other guy, he's from Canada. This guy's a total outsider.
Somebody had told me.
Is Matt reaching with that theory right there? Do I need to rewind that part right there? Is Matt reaching with that theory? 1 in the chat if he's reaching, 2 in the chat if he's actually put a bullseye in the chat if he's like right on point.
On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave.
That's the second shot. Let's go back to the first one.
Person that's speaking for everybody. Drake is the imposter, and I'm here to stand up for what's right. I'm doing this for all of us.
Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence.
And it's lines like this one where he deliberately makes the distinction between Canada and America. This is also really clever because now he's making the beef about geography. Kendrick's right. Like, we're not going to let these Canadians copy us. And many people don't take notice to little things like this, but it's one of many ways that Kendrick subtly shaped the narrative.
I can't lie. I didn't notice it neither. It was slipped right under my nose. And I'm ashamed that somebody in the media, I didn't realize that that narrative was getting built. That, you know, by the time we got to they not like us, the narrative was already painted. Of course you ain't like us. You're Canadian.
It's like he's saying, look, I don't know who else is with me here, but I'm American. We made this culture. This other guy, he's from Canada. This guy's a total outsider.
Somebody had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave.
Are we really?
Why do you got to make it from a Canada thing, bro? Okay, and listen, to circle back, just so that y'all are like, why is Friday even bringing this up? This circles back to this whole WAC 100, you know, debacle and this master plan that this guy's had to try to bring down not only Drake, but the validity of our culture. Listen, y'all can say what y'all want to say about Top 5, feel how you want to feel. But when he was going up back and forth with Top 5 on that Academics live stream, it wasn't only about Top 5. The way that he was talking about him. He was like, there's no way that a Canadian nigga could ever talk some way to a Compton nigga. There's no way. Because, you know, in his mind, for somebody who's never been here on top of that, in his mind, there's no way Canada niggas could ever big up their chest or push their chest up at some niggas in the States. We made Blooded and Crippin'. Y'all follow Blooded and Crippin'. Fine. But guess what? Nigga, everybody got guns, nigga. So you can't be playing these niggas like they're soft niggas. As a whole, we're not a monolith, bro. And I'm not even trying to defend some gangster shit. That's stupid. But I'm saying the way that these American, or the narrative that's been painted for a lot of years, and I'm not just saying from people like WAC 100. I got family members who feel the same way. Oh, y'all Canadian niggas, how dare you even say some shit? Not so what, we're supposed to just sit down and shut up when Americans are talking? Yo, suck your mom.
You're gonna let this Canadian who's not part of our culture take Pac's ring. I'm gonna be the one to stand on business here. This is gonna resonate with people in hip-hop because
no, for real. When Americans are talking about hip-hop, am I not allowed to jump into debate and give my 1-2 points? Or is it like, nah, shut up, you're Canadian? Okay, we don't even have to make it about gangster shit. If I'm in a room with 2 niggas from New York, 2 niggas from LA, and 2 niggas from Atlanta, am I supposed to sit in the corner and shut up because I'm Canadian and I don't got no 2 cents? Yeah, suck your mom.
Who doesn't like Tupac? Like, the guy is an icon.
I even hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess.
Kendrick is pretty much saying, look, this could
listen, y'all are not a monolith. I don't mean suck your mom to all of y'all, but the ones who think that way, suck your mother.
Just be me, but I personally don't like the way that Drake says that. Like, I don't know about you guys.
We don't want to hear you say nigga no more.
Stop. We don't want to hear you say that anymore. Another brilliant tactic that Kendrick employed in this beef was when he removed all the copyright.
In fact, I'm gonna bring a nigga from the UK in the room with me too. Yo, UK nigga, come in the room. You want to talk some hip hop? Let's talk hip hop history. Let's all have a conversation about it. We all got voices. I got a microphone too. I could talk about hip hop. I got a platform called We Love Hip Hop. Should I rename it because I'm Canadian?
Claims from his diss tracks on YouTube. This allowed creators to make money off reactions, breakdowns, and reviews, and was a masterfully calculated move. Not only did it earn him immense respect within the hip-hop community, but it also amplified the reach of his tracks, spreading them to an even bigger audience. I mean, this is unheard of. No one has ever done this before. And what a play. He pulled out every stop that he could in this beef. And of course, as this is very much intertwined with culture, a big part of Kendrick's strategy was also painting Drake as not just an outsider, but a complete culture vulture as well.
How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough?
And that's such a bar, too. Like the black feet.
Here's the thing, too. If this narrative continues to get pushed, it doesn't only hurt Drizzy Drake. It hurts all of us. All right? Why are you getting all these black features? Why are you trying to feature with us American artists? Why don't you Canadian niggas stay over there and just collaborate amongst yourselves? Nah, bro. People should be able. Why is Central C doing a song with Lil Baby then? Because Central C's shit is good. Central C's hot right now. And it doesn't matter that he's from the UK. Let's collab. But you Canadians stay over there because you're not part of the culture? Suck Hamada.
Features because he had the braids, and then the black features, like musically.
Canadian niggas are not allowed to have braids, Matt. You didn't know?
Such a bar.
There's no accent you can sell me. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hanging with.
Pitting the culture against Drake was the best angle that Kendrick could have ever took in this beef. He took a strong position of painting Drake as an outsider whilst making people feel like they were also part of the fight. And it totally worked. It didn't just work. Like, this really, really worked. At this point, you can see that Kendrick's strategy is 100% dialed already, but the sixth aspect that he implemented in order to defeat Drake was that he beat Drake at his own game.
And shout out all my boss, bitches, wife, and niggas.
Who could forget Back to Back, the hit record that Meek Mill couldn't get away from, as it was constantly being played at sporting events, on the radio, nightclubs, and triggered countless online memes. Sound familiar?
And this also ties into studying Drake's
So, just to reiterate, and just let's unpack for a quick second, right? All of the different songs that were leading up to Not Like Us, besides trying to paint Drake as a horrible human being and all that other stuff that Kendrick Lamar was doing. And don't get me wrong, I understand. I know people are going to be in the comments like, yo, but Drake started it. He was talking about Whitney, blah, 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 blah. I get it. It was a battle. It takes two to tangle or tango. However, the narrative that Kendrick was painting during this battle, besides Drake being a horrible human, was he's not part of the culture. But why is he not part of the culture? Is it because he doesn't rap good enough? Is it because of the fact that he's a horrible human? No, it's because he's not from the same place as us. And it's not LA. It's because there's a border between y'all upstairs, basically. You're not the 51st state yet. It didn't happen yet. Maybe when y'all become the 51st state, then we could take your opinion on hip hop and you can be actually authentic. Shut up, man. What's the dirt in the building? What's popping, bro?
What's good, buddy? I'm good,
shouting,
man.
Yelling, ranting.
Yeah, it's crazy times, man. Crazy times.
Am I getting it twisted with this? Because you put together a good analysis of Kendrick's narrative that he was painting.
Yeah, and I'm giving Kendrick nothing but props for this, by the way. Like, you know, he definitely did his thing to beat Drake, and that's what the video's about. But yeah, like that was a big tactic, right? Was they are not like us. Literally, that's what he's saying. By the end of it, like you just described, that's kind of where it went, right? But he does a lot of little things like that, like making people feel like they're part of something so much bigger, and that if they align with what he's saying, they're special, right? And that you know, you're part of this, right? And he was really good at doing that. I'm not saying he's wrong in a lot of it. Like, it's a beef, right? His tactics were impeccable.
It worked.
It really worked. It really worked, right?
Yeah. Now, you can't lie. You've been a victim of some of that narrative as well. I get it all the time, but I'm sure as a white male, you probably get it even worse.
Bro, at first it was like the white thing, but now it's crazy because now I don't even hear the white stuff as much as Canadian. Like I hear Canadian more than the fact that I'm Canadian has like superseded the fact that I'm white, like, which is crazy.
Now,
like, obviously, it's like two things against me right now, right?
Yeah. Now,
You know,
let's expand that a bit. For somebody you haven't been putting out YouTube videos for mad long, but you've still been putting out YouTube videos for long enough. Like, let's say the last 2 years.
yeah. The channel's birthday, my channel's 2-year birthday was like last week.
Right.
So 2 years. Yeah, 2 years exactly.
Year 1. Have you ever heard anybody say you can't give your opinion? You're Canadian.
Never.
Hold on. Year 2. The year starts. You're making videos. You dropped great videos, including the prediction video. Did anybody tell you at that point in time, shut up, Matt, you're a Canadian?
No, man. I was hearing the opposite. Like, I was hearing like, this guy could see into the future. This guy's the chosen one. This guy's amazing. Like, it was
Dirtstradamus.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, yeah, that all felt really good, right? Like, to get that type of feedback. Now it's kind of the opposite, right? But like, I'm just not trying to waver in like, I can't make content specifically to please the audience. Like, I can't do that. It's a slippery slope if you start doing that. And it's easy to do that. Like, do you know how easy it is to go on here and make 100% positive videos about Kendrick and kill it? That's easy. It's easy to do. Like, it's not hard to do that type of content. All you got to do is shit on one artist and completely glaze the other. But that's not reality. That is not reality. Like, you can't say that every single thing that Kendrick does is perfect and every single thing that Drake does is absolute ass, or vice versa.
Horrible.
or vice versa. It just doesn't fucking make any sense.
Yeah.
It's stupid. But that's the internet. Like, right? It's no objectivity. No one can look at anything from a lens of like what I'm doing, right? That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever done.
From this video that you just dropped, and I'll bring it back up on the screen here again, right? From this video that you just dropped, there's a timeline to when this started. It didn't start until the battle started happening and certain songs started coming out and Kendrick started slowly narrative building to where it's like, now our opinion is not valid anymore.
Well, yeah, it's like
you made your comment on Twitter that day, it became backlash instead of you're just giving your opinion.
100%. Yeah, no, it became like straight up backlash is exactly what it was. I'm not going to say everything I say is 100% right. Like, I make mistakes, but in the case of what he did with Drake, yes, he started planting these little seeds very early. He's very good at that. Like, he's very, very good at that. Like, the way that he did it is masterful. Like I said, I don't think Kendrick made a single mistake. And now the run he's on is unprecedented in terms of hip hop beef, and like this victory lap he's on now is like, it's crazy what he's doing. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Listen, people are commenting in here, and I've seen other comments underneath videos saying that anybody that has a happy dad in the back is compromised.
This is such a stupid narrative. Like, I don't know. Do you know where this came from? Do you know how?
Please tell us.
Do you know why they think this? So Kyle is from Canada, the guy that owns Happy Dad. Well, he owns Happy Dad with a few other people. Drake is from Canada. Drake has a picture with Kyle holding up a Happy Dad jersey. Oh, shit. I just made the whole connection. So what they believe, this is what they actually believe. They think that Drake is funneling money through Happy Dad to pay creators in against Kendrick and talk favorably. But do you know how fucking stupid that is? And
Watch
it's like
F-bombs, brother. Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Keep going.
Sorry. This is what they believe. You know, when Kendrick said Drake, they're not slow, he lied. Like, they're slow. Like, a lot of them are insanely slow. Insanely slow to actually believe that Drake, he has no ties to Happy Dad. Like, no ties. Zero. Like, all you got to do is go on Google and type in Drake Happy Dad, and all you're going to see is pictures of Drake with his kid on Father's Day.
So like, you didn't get the Happy Dad case so that you could only say good things about Drake.
that's what's really stupid. People are saying about this video I made. They're saying, "Oh, Drake paid you to do this video." I'm like, so you're saying that Drake paid me to do a video saying that Kendrick completely destroyed him, that Kendrick had way better quotables and memorable lines, that Not Like Us is a smash hit that I don't think is going anywhere, that Meet the Grams was literally one of the best moves ever made in hip hop beef history. Drake paid me to say that.
And the thing is, it's like, how much would something like that cost? Like, that's a long list, man.
I don't even know. Like, no one has ever contacted me from OVO ever. I'm only talking to one person really, and that's Boy Wonder. And that was just like him saying dope video. I've never spoke to Drake. I've never spoke to anyone on the inside. T-Minus, he's not even really part of OVO. He's you know, he was enjoying the video, so he bigged me up one time. But other than that, I never spoke. Like, you're far more connected with OVO to me.
Well, I don't know about that, but sure.
No, I don't want to paint that on you. Sorry. I just know that you are able to, like, you know, you're able to ask Drake a question here and there, right? If
Definitely. Okay, let me ask you also, man, because I seen you started mentioning certain things in your videos, right? That you've spoken to somebody or an inside source.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Tell me about implementing that into the videos, man.
I try not to. Because,
or not implementing it, but just implementing that into your process, not even the videos.
I try not to let anything that anyone's saying to me impact what I'm doing in the content, because I can't validate it. Because, like I said, I've heard things from both sides, really, like, you know, like in different ways, different people that are connected. Like, when I say I'm not connected to OVO, I'm not connected to OVO. But I know, like, certain producers and people like that have worked with them and do work with them, right? So, and same with the Kendrick side. But when I hear something, like, there's, like, I can't put it in the content unless I can validate it. Like, I'm not gonna come on here and just. A lot of times I'll question, like, why are these people even telling me this?
Yeah.
Do they want me to go on here and, like, blurt this out and then, like, tell everyone about it? Because I'm not gonna do that. Like you just said, like, there's some things you just leave. You can't. Like, if I can't validate it, it can't go into videos, right?
Yeah.
But I, like you, I do hear quite a bit.
Yeah, and you know what? I had to learn. I put my hand on the stove and got burnt by talking to the wrong person when it came to, like, Whack 100. But part of the reason why even I had this whole thing that we're starting here, and I started off with the apologies, because I started to realize that not everybody in the West Coast is your friend.
No, anywhere really, though.
Anywhere, but, like, as far as with the West Coast, there's an extra added incentive as far as why not to be your friend. And full circle, this Kendrick Lamar narrative is part of the reason.
Yo, definitely. Like, well, now it's become an us versus them thing, right? A lot of people don't realize that, but it did by the end of it, man. Like, the anthem is "They Not Like Us." Do you think that's just about Drake after, like, continuously pointing out, let this Canadian take Pac's ring? They can't come to America to imitate our heritage. Like, what do you think that is? Like, how is that reaching? It's right in front of you. It's blatantly obvious what he's doing. Like, right? So I don't know how anyone could argue that. Really, it's not even arguable. Like, it is exactly what he's doing, and it's smart. It's smart what he did.
Yeah. I heard you mention that you got another video in the vault already, so we're getting. You're loading up now. You're releasing at a faster clip.
I'm back. Yeah. Well, the thing is, bro, like, I'm done with the long 1.5, 2 hour videos for a while. Like, I want to do 20-minute video, 30-minute video. Like, try and do 3 or 4 a month instead of, like, one every. Like, you know what I mean? Up the frequency a bit. Get back in the mix. Get away from this Drake and Kendrick beef and start focusing on some other things too, right? I don't want to pigeonhole myself in this. I'm sick of talking about them at this point, to be honest with you.
Me
but
too.
yeah, but you know what? It is, like, it's the dominant thing. Even 8 months later, this is still the most, like, prevalent thing in hip hop to talk about. Even if it's not about Drake, like, if it's people under them now, it's like Hit J3 said this, and or like fucking Top5 is saying this, or this guy. It's still all about the beef, everything.
Yeah, it all comes back full circle.
It all comes back to it.
Hence why when it came to this whole apology and everything and all this wild debacle that I got myself into, and you dropped your video yesterday, besides some of the conversations that I've had behind the scenes, your video put everything into context. Like, oh, yeah, there are some people that are cool, but then there's some people that are collecting information to try to help Kendrick's narrative that y'all ain't like us, man. Stop talking, stay over there, and keep your boy Drake over there with you.
Well, he does it in a couple. Yeah, he does it in a couple ways too, because he doesn't just be like, they're not like us. He'll say like, they never liked us. Like he'll say, they don't like the West Coast. I'll post a line with it. Like I'll be on a 3-hour time difference. You know what I mean? 3-hour time difference. What's the difference in the time and he's I could see how it became a thing about Toronto versus, well, it's really Canada. It's Canada versus the West Coast almost. I don't feel like the East Coast is as harsh on us.
Yeah, you know what? I think I might have been naive, because for the longest time when people were saying, yo, it's a Toronto versus, I guess, West Coast thing, right? I was like, nah, man, because I talked to so many people from there. There's so many people who tap into our network from the States that are like, nah, man, we love y'all. It's not like that. But that might be true for them, but it might not be true for those parties.
Yeah, like what I try to remind myself is like, the comment section isn't really the reality, because that's what we're looking at, me and you, a lot of times, is the comments. And like, is that really the reality of the way everyone thinks? Probably not. Probably not, right? Because that's what we're reading. And like my recent video I just put out, that got terrible reception. Terrible reception. Like, you're biased, you're paid by Drake, you're, nonstop, bro. Nonstop. It's brutal.
Well, what's the plans coming up for the one? What's the next video? Because I did hear what you said you were going to be putting out, but I don't remember exactly. So if you can reiterate that to us over here, and maybe some plans for some of your other upcoming writings.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a full-on video on Kendrick's victory lap, like, because of everything he did. Like the pop out was crazy. The Super Bowl announcement was crazy. Drops the album, now the tour, doubling down to Drake. See, like, to me, that's all. And there's a lot of other little things that he did too. So I'm just going to do a full-on piece on everything that he did after the beef. That's just what a run he's on, right? Like, what a run. And then probably get into like a lot of the little subliminals too that he had on that new album, because he had a bunch, right? He's really enjoying his win, man. Like, he's really,
as he should.
He is, like, and you can't say Drake wouldn't be doing the same thing.
Yeah, when you win a battle, you're supposed to do a victory lap. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to taunt your opponent, like, yo, see, I won that shit. Ha ha.
Yeah, right? Well, he's really doing that in a big way. Like, the pop-out show was the first part of it, right? He's really celebrating his win there. And now it's just, I mean, what better way to win than by like throwing success in the other person's face? And now you see that his new album is like at the top of everyone's top 10 album list, and it's being praised, and he's got the Super Bowl. He's got the, like, that gotta suck for Drake at the end of the day, like, to see all that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you tapping in, bro. I just wanted to make sure that once we started reviewing this video, that I can talk to the source himself. And because I talked to you behind the scenes, it's like, bro, why am I going to react to a What's the Dirt video and not talk to What's the Dirt? Like, that's just crazy.
I'm always like I'm always going to come on here with you, bro, whenever you ask.
Thank you, brother.
You're my boy.
Thank you, brother. I'll tap in with you soon, man.
All right, bro. Much love.
Bless. Thank you to the brother Matt from What's the Dirt right there. So yeah, man, once again, I'll end this with apologies and to Top 5 as well as Drizzy Drake. And I also understand more of the narrative that has been painted and the mission that's been happening. And I'm here for it, man. Okay, I'm here in Toronto. Y'all be like, yo, you're not from Toronto, so what does it even matter? You're from Montreal. Bro, I've been living in Toronto almost 30 years, bro. I'm a Toronto man, okay? So we're going to be representing, moving forward, and keeping it solid, all right? And keeping information to the chest. Anyhow, let's move on. What else I got on the docket here? What I will do is, you know what I'll do first, quick fast. Let's put a link in the chat. Let's put a link in the chat. Join the convo. All right. If y'all want to join the conversation, link is in the chat. Before I move on to the next topic here, I'm going to start a poll as well. Did Kendrick, this is what I'm going to ask. Did Kendrick make it West Coast versus Canada? All right. Salute to What's the Dirt once again, because that is a great video, and I suggest y'all go check it out. I know there's some people in the comment section that are anti What's the Dirt. They're like, man, yo, he's compromised. And there's no matter what he says on air, no matter how many different platforms he goes on, people are all, yo, you're compromised, bro. The man has said over and over again till his face is blue, like, bro, I don't talk to these guys. These guys don't mess with me like that. And I believe him. Trust me, I believe him. Take it from me. I believe him. Okay, Kendrick or Drake ain't jacking What's the Dirt like that. All right? But he's making his content and he's trying to stay as objective as possible. All right? Big salute to the comment gang, man. Comment gang strong. If y'all have anything that y'all want to say about this, get it in now before I move on to my next topic, right? Because we got a list of topics to get on to. I want to talk about this Meg Thee Stallion chick and the way that she's trying to do our boy Tory dirty. Trying to kick a nigga when he's down. You know what I'm saying? Going once, going twice. We are moving on. We're moving on. Okay, so let's get to this Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez shit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Mr. Bunch of letters. So listen, right off the top, just some quick rules. No F-bombs. You can curse, but just don't say the F word. It messes up the algorithm.
Blessings.
Talk to me.
Yo, first thing, quick fast, as you would say, quick fast. Yo, what did you? And I'm getting right to it because it hurt me when I heard about what you did, and the talk you had with Wack. I don't know what you were gaining from talking to Wack behind the scenes, or saying what you said in regards to Drizzy and the youth sister and all these things. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe you could clarify that for me.
The best suggestion for that is go back to the last video, bro. I'm not gonna go into it. That shit's
No,
gonna
but
take way too long.
I watched the last one. The last one, but you didn't say what, like, what was it a thing like, oh, I'm talking to Wack, like it was like oh yeah, and then Wack just squeezed you for a little, he played a game and squeezed you for a little info?
No, I don't think it was a squeeze for info. It was an unconfirmed answer to him always inquiring the same thing that he's been asking in front of the scenes. Why does Drake mess with Top 5 so much? Is the same thing he's been asking behind the scenes.
Okay,
Even the answer that I gave him wasn't yo, this is what happened and this is a confirmed thing. It was like, I don't know, bro. This is what I think.
Okay, so you didn't know Wack's personality, like he always records.
No, I know
everything.
Wack's personality. I'm very up to date on what Wack does. I watch a lot of content. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But I also speak to a lot of people behind the scenes, and people speak to me. We trade information, and all of that shit stays to the chest. I thought the same would go with Wack.
Okay, bless. Now, Wack, you can't trust that guy. You live and you learn. You learn the hard way, but I'm still tuning in. Bless up. Not gonna stay long.
Salute to you, brother. Aye. Let me get in another person right here. Tiptoe, what up?
Hey, what's good? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm from the West in the US and we
Okay.
don't hate Toronto. Um okay, so we fuck with we mess with the Weekend. We mess with a lot of artists out there. The thing about it, when you say he put it to where Dot put it where it's Toronto versus LA, and why isn't Drake part of the culture? Is it because he's from Toronto? That wasn't it. It's because there's videos of Drake growing up in a nice environment, growing up in a in a predominantly white environment, Jewish environment, and then later on, you hear him rapping about mob ties, started from the bottom, which was kind of false. So I think he played into that narrative. You're not part of the culture. You later on went to the culture to get cultured. You know what
So
I'm saying?
so that okay, I'm going to answer this in two different ways. That can be you went to the culture, meaning you had to come to America, because in that sense, if he's just not from the culture because he comes from a quote unquote suburbs, that means he would have had to come to us or come to the
No,
hoods over here. Not, I mean, to us over here in Toronto to even
right,
get some culture in the first place, right?
right.
But my second part of that answer is then why did Kendrick say Canadian? He kept
Well,
on
because
emphasizing
because
Canadian.
because he used Tupac. Yeah, and if you know anything about Kendrick and us, Tupac is very beloved.
Hmm.
Very, like, people cried and still do about Tupac not being with us anymore.
Right.
And then he used his voice to diss Kendrick. So that was a shot of him using one of our people against one of ours. So I think fair is fair. Rather than use any one of you guys, he said Canadian to drive the point. Like, you're not messing with our icons. Like, you're
Hmm.
not doing that. And that's, but I think people taking it to, like, I watched some of your videos,
Thank you.
and this really, um sometimes you piss me off though with the stuff you say,
Which
but
is a good thing.
but what I mean is, it's not, it's really just a battle between Drake and Kendrick.
Thank
That's it.
you. That's what it
That's
should
it.
be.
Yeah, but I think people are taking it. I mean, even you take it sometimes, and I get it because you're Canadian. I'm American. When I hear you say stuff like, like right now, a little bit earlier, it kind of gets under my skin and shit, but it's like, I get it. I get you, but it's not like that. We don't have no animosity towards Toronto or Canada. I got friends in Canada. Like, I love Canada.
Yeah. Well, listen, like I said, it's not everybody. Y'all are not a monolith, just like we're not a monolith. So not everybody has the same feelings. But I also saw the narrative that Kendrick was painting, and that's all I wanted to point out. But listen,
Right, but I
thank you.
think you took it in the wrong way, though. I think you took it against all of us, against all of you, and it wasn't that. I don't think.
Yeah. But listen, thank you for tapping in.
Yep.
I'm gonna bring in the next caller, and then I got other topics to get to. I
All
didn't
right.
think it was gonna take
Peace.
this long. Peace. Let's bring in one more person, and then I'm moving on. Akil,
Yeah.
what's popping?
Hey, the problem with you Canada niggas, man.
Talk to me. What's the problem with us?
Y'all come down here and cause a ruckus, and then you can run away. You know what I mean?
Explain.
Like you got somewhere to run to. We from down here.
Mm-hmm. So how do we cause a ruckus? Like
Like,
Drake just went down there and sold a bunch of records. That's not a ruckus,
no, you talking shit. Like, don't get me wrong, the boy is good, but when you talk your shit, you have to back it up, as always.
right?
And if you can't back your shit up, you got to pack your shit up.
So when he was spanking Meek Mill, weren't you all on his side at that point?
That's a different thing, though. Like,
Why?
because he was the underdog in certain people's eyes. Like, for him to take over at Meek Mill.
And was he the Canadian then?
See, it wasn't a thing. It was brought to our eyes. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So y'all didn't know he was from Toronto when he was slapping the shit out of Meek Mill lyrically.
Yeah, well, personally, I would like have Meek Mill had won that. You know what I mean? He was the guy at the time. Like, Meek Mill had the hottest mixtape of all time on that piff.
Right? But he lost.
Yeah, he lost. So that was
And
our
you weren't mad at
guy.
Drake. You weren't mad at Drake for beating Meek Mill. So why are you mad at Kendrick for winning a battle against Drake? Kendrick won the battle. And you're also mad at Drake.
Not mad at all, B. It's the point, though. Like, you come up and you talking your shit. You got to be able to back it up. Don't sit here and take an ass whooping, and then sit here and cry about it, come back out and fight some more. So he got to come back. And don't get me wrong, if the boy drops a slap right now, he could close the year out real good and start the new year off fresh. He just needs to create a slapper, create one of those tunes. Keep making me dance, waving my hands.
Okay, let me ask you one more question before I let you go. What part of the United States you in? Like, what city you in?
Oh, nah, we ain't gonna get to that, man.
Okay, state at least?
We'll say Vegas, man.
Okay. Is it a Canada versus West Coast thing?
Not at all. Not at all. We even got love for the boy as long as there's no foul play. Like, it's all music. Like, all the other shit, that's got to stay behind the scenes. You know, if it's some real smoke, then ain't no need for us to be speculating over that and people making a big old deal. And you know what I'm saying? Unless it's something that needs to be exposed. Like, if it's something that, like, I don't take what he's saying lightly. You got to understand, this all started back when?
I think like March or April or something like that.
Nah, I'm talking about the original beef.
Oh, this is like from the Control verse.
And what is Control? That's a entendre right there.
Yeah, but yeah, that this battle was brewing for like, I guess the last 10 years or maybe a little bit less.
So what happened back then that made the man's make a diss talking about control? What was he not able to control himself or what?
Well, he was dissing everybody on that, so that wasn't a specific Drake diss. Drake took offense like everybody else did.
Nobody else took offense. They fired back. They fired back.
Yeah, and as Drake did, he said it in tracks. He hit him up on the language on the Nothing Was the Same album.
It's sad to see it happen, man. Ja Rule didn't go out like this.
Well, listen, brother. I'm gonna let you go. This. Okay, land your plane, and then I'm gonna let you go, brother.
All the boy has to do to win people's hearts back over is create something that makes us remember why we originally fucked with the kid. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear you. Anything you want to shout out before you go?
Nah, man, keep doing your thing. We fuck with you, Ricky Dredd. I'm sorry for the F-bomb, but we rock with Ricky Dredd. You the guy, man. You the spokesperson for the 6 right now.
Thank you, brother. Salute.
Salute.
Salute to Akil right there, man. Yeah, man. That's it when I got on that. That's all I got on this, man. It's not that serious. Everybody's good now. I've spoken to everybody behind the scenes. We clean. All right. But Kendrick, I peeped the play, bro. Now I peeped it. And thank you to What's the Dirt for helping to open my eyes to that play with this video. But we're moving on. Meg Thee Stallion. Let me pull up something on the screen here. Meg Thee Stallion has she filed a restraining order against Tory Lanez. Now, Tory Lanez is currently serving time in a prison in California. He's probably been there for about a year or so. Now, I have a post here courtesy of Rap. It says Meg Thee Stallion has filed for a restraining order against Tory Lanez. According to TMZ, Meg Thee Stallion claims that Tory Lanez is committing psychological warfare by employing bloggers to spread defamatory statements about her online. Tory is currently still behind bars, serving a 10-year sentence, blah, blah, blah. We said all that part. Okay. Let me see if I can pull up some stuff as far as some videos on this, just quick, fast, because I'm not trying to do all this extra reading on TMZ. And I'm going to ask you guys in a poll if Meg Thee Stallion is wilding. Let me see here. Meg Thee Stallion. Tory Lanez restraining order. I think that Megan Kunneth chick was saying something. 1 second. Let's see if I can find something with Megan Kunneth because she'd be giving some pretty good information on this. Okay, here we go. Oh Lord.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? she's kind of the Leonard of harassment, and they cite his relationship with online bloggers, including Milagro, and they also cite their lawsuit against Milagro in the Southern District of Florida, which we have talked about elsewhere. Twink Steven, you are, did I pronounce that right? Probably not, but you're listening at work. That's great to hear. Anything I can do to help you pass the time. We are perched and ready. Thank you, Bell Curve. Megan Tory, the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, I know. I'm at the point. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. But first off, there is a hearing on this filing on January 9th. So we will check that out there. Yeah, payment proof to Milagro. I got that today. And it seems like it's probably, it'll be part of this maybe, but it's more for the lawsuit against her, because they're using the allegation that Tory has paid her as a evidence in their claim of intentional infliction of emotional distress, saying that Milagro is intentionally harassing Megan online, and that the fact that she's working with Tory directly is a sign that she's intentionally inflicting emotional distress on Megan. So
just to emphasize, and yeah, somebody said in the comments she looks high. Facts. Like, I don't want to make fun of her because she got like a lazy eye type of thing, but open your eyes, fam. Open your eyes. Or put the piff down. Listen, for what the basis of this restraining order is, she's saying that from behind bars, Tory has still been able to harass her psychologically through Milagro. Milagro has a lawsuit on her right now for, was it defamation of character or the spreading of revenge porn, I guess, in some kind of way, because there was an AI picture that was posted on Twitter and Milagro retweeted it. So because she retweeted it, Meg Thee Stallion's looking at that as more harassment. You're retweeting pictures of me in compromising positions that are not real pictures, they're AI. And it's hurting my mental. It's making it hard for me to go to the studio. It's making it hard for me to go to the bar and get my drink on, or I'm drinking even more. All right. So that they're trying to say is Tory trying to plant those seeds for those different things to happen.
Oh, I think we might hear about the payment in here too. She is mentioned in the,
and he's sending her a bag.
Restraining order hearing. So yes, Megan the Reporter, C. Miller, thank you for remembering the nickname. I've got some Megan the Reporter merchandise. Actually, somebody just emailed me, lawyer down where I used to live, ordered a Megan the Reporter sweatshirt.
I'm going to speed it
for his holiday white elephant party, and somebody's going to be quite lucky tomorrow when they get it. He just got it in the mail and he texted me that he had it. So
shut up, yeah, and get to the point.
David of what she writes is a little. I'm waiting for the room to build.
You know what? Let's go right here. There we go. I can't sit here and just watch this chick, bro. She's gonna drive me crazy.
And you guys have probably, if you guys have been on Twitter, you've seen the basics here. But the actual filing here is. Make this stuff go away up here for like an intake prison, which he did, and then he got settled there. Case, criminal case. When did it happen? 2021 to 2024. This is the harassment. And this is where they're supposed to put, how did the person harass you? But if there's not enough space, they can attach something, which is what they did.
Here we go.
And then did a user threaten a gun? And it says on July 12th, 2020, Mr. Peterson fired 5 rounds of a semi-automatic firearm at Miss Pete, who had to undergo surgery for the serious gunshot wound she sustained to both her. How long this order would be in effect, but his parole date isn't till like 2029. It's like September 20.
Jesus Christ, 2029. So let me see. Let me read what's going on here. asked the court order the person to stay at least 100 yards away. Home, job, vehicle, other. Mr. Peterson continued to engage in campaign of harassment online through social media, utilizing third parties to furthermore victimize Miss Pete, that's Megan Stallion. As a result, Miss Pete requested Mr. Peterson to be ordered to not contact Miss Pete directly or indirectly, or harass or intimidate her directly or directly on, indirectly, or sorry, supposed to be or indirectly online.
2029. He's I think that's enforceable, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. There's going to be probably an update on that lawsuit, the federal lawsuit against Milagro tomorrow. So I think I'm going to send out everything together. But it says this is the beginning of Megan Thee Stallion's restraining order petition against Tory Lanez that was just filed today. She says, introduces his criminal case, describes the shooting. It says prior to the incident, Mr. Peterson and Miss Pete were friends. On December 23rd, 2022, following a near month-long trial, it was crazy how long that trial was. It should have been like a week. A jury convicted Mr. Peterson of 3 felony counts. Yeah, we've been through that. Mr. Peterson is a violent and dangerous criminal, and his established pattern of behavior demonstrates the reasons this civil harassment restraining order is necessary to protect Miss Pete and her well-being. Mr. Peterson has traumatized Miss Pete since 2020. Even now, while behind bars, Mr. Peterson shows no signs of stopping. Despite being convicted and sentenced to 10 years in state prison for shooting Miss Pete, Mr. Peterson continues to subject her to repeated trauma and re-victimization.
Woo! Ugh, that just made my skin crawl. Just reading it or just seeing it in legal jargon, the way that she has it set up, oh my God. Let me just play a little bit more of this. And
Because on July 12th, 2020, Mr. Peterson fired.
Because I want to see a little bit more on this whole Milagro lawsuit thing before we go on to our next topic.
5 rounds of a semi-automatic firearm. Okay, we've been through this. Yeah, serious. Who had to undergo emergency surgery for the serious gunshot wound. A protective order was issued against Mr. Peterson, forbidding him from getting within 100 yards of Miss Pete. Later on, February 21st, 2021, as a result of his escalating use of social media to re-victimize Miss Pete and portray her as a liar, a gag order was issued against Mr. Peterson, barring him from contacting or harassing Miss Pete and from discussing evidence of the case with outside parties. Mr. Peterson violated both the protective order and the gag order leading up to his criminal trial, and his bail was increased as a result. In or around October 2020.
Yeah, that's when his bail was increased from $190,000 to $250,000.
Mr. Peterson assaulted musician August Alsina. Given Mr. Peterson's violent propensities, the prosecution successfully argued that Mr. Peterson posed a threat to society and that monetary fines were not enough of a deterrent for his violent behavior. Consequently, Mr. Peterson was placed on house arrest. On December 3rd, 2022, following a near 1-month trial, Mr. Peterson was convicted of the 3 felonies. It says, even from behind bars, Mr. Peterson continues to terrorize Miss Pete. Due to inadequacies and loopholes in the criminal justice system, Miss Pete is currently without any formal protection against Mr. Peterson's attacks because the protective order issued against Mr. Peterson was only in effect from 2020 through 2023 before his sentencing. Given a recent change in the law, the criminal court can no longer issue a post-conviction criminal protective order.
Okay, yeah. Somebody in the comments said this bitch is boring. You're right. So this is pretty interesting though, because from what I'm getting here, and from I've been reading on the screen as well, from what I'm seeing here, the protective order that she had on Tory Lanez, the one that made his bail increase from $190,000 to $250,000, was only enforceable between 2020 and 2023. And if y'all don't remember what happened there, let me see if I can find this in the thing. The baby, Tory Lanez. Live. Let's see if we can find that. Rolling Loud Miami 2021. This is where he got the original restraining order. Just so I don't want to get him copyright.
It's got me. Let's go. Never mind. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Rolling Loud, fuck with you. Hey, look. Now, if you could guess who.
Right here.
Bang. You know what this is? Like they motherfucking crybabies in it. You know what this means? Kid, you know what this means? What's up? I mean, drop my shit. Let's go there. Let's go. Oh, shit. The version of Miami. Are you ready to respond to my text? Want me to keep on my hands on her knee with her ass? Guess who ain't here? I got $1 million right now. If you could guess who? 4 times, Stunner. Who you think? Who? I know who that is. I know who the fuck that is.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
One, two, one, two.
Okay, wrist on the mic drop. Bitch, don't talk, you going out town. I make 6
Free Tory.
Don't want to play when I'm going OT.
Okay, I don't want to get myself a copyright. Jesus Christ. I got excited, yo. I'm going to have to cut this out the video later. So this is what got Tory or Meg thinking in the first place. This guy has no respect. I think Meg Thee Stallion was like somewhere in close proximity backstage before he I'm mixing my words here. Before Tory popped out with the baby. And you see how he was wearing the suit, right? So I guess she didn't see that it was him in the suit until he popped up on stage. So that to me, I guess from her perspective, is more psychological warfare. Like, oh, you didn't even know that was me. I guess she knew it was him because it was a Tory mascot. But that's what started the whole, this guy's harassing me. Right? He ended up having to pay $250,000 from that. And that restraining order only lasted to 2023. Hence why, I guess what she's saying, Tory feels he's able to just say whatever he wants to her now. He can start sending shots at her again. They said that he seized this phone. They went into his cell, seized a bunch of shit, and they went through his phone calls. And were able to see that there was phone calls to Milagro or phone calls to his people to talk to Milagro or some type shit. All right. Let me know in the comments below the exact details of that whole thing of what was seized from the cell. But I'm going to look up one more thing here. Megan Thee Stallion. Milagro. Let's see. Oh, I'm not watching another Megan Kenneth shit video on this shit. You're crazy. Is that all they got for this shit? Is Megan Kenneth videos? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's go here.
Conduct that seriously alarmed, and if you don't like,
I'll do this. Armand Wiggins, here we go.
Listen, are we here? I brightened it a little bit, but I'm not gonna do it too much because I don't want to mess up my shit. All right. I goes Nigeria, and I don't know if this was just say Sexy Red came in and took the spot that Glorilla. It was a little 22 and 6 payments between $200 and $1,000. So this is what
here we go.
$1,000 between
this guy got a crazy list. Sorry,
between October 2020 and 2022, and totaling $3,000. Okay. I don't like that. Like, girl, you just mad because, girl, everyone, like, people is talking about it.
Pause.
His legal team has more proof connecting Tory and the blogger who has been blasting Megan Thee Stallion. We're told that they have obtained financial records of a handful of payments from Tory's father allegedly made to Elizabeth Milagro Cooper between October 2020 and 2022 and totaling $3,000. Okay.
That's it?
Not only did TMZ report that, Lauren LaRosa reported she had exclusive details that she was told while providing proof of one of a few ways Meg's team is alleging Tory Lanez is harassing her from jail is Megan lawyers obtained Zelle records showing Tory Lanez's father sending money to a blogger, Milagro Cooper, to allegedly post negative stories about Megan. Payments allegedly include $3,000 between October 28th, 2020 and March 3rd, 2022 in 6 payments between $200 and $1,000.
What? I don't know about that, gang. You're telling me that Milagro is dealing with a heavy lawsuit from Meg Thee Stallion for 3 racks? Something don't sound right about that. I know people who get paid $500 for one post. Like, this woman was at the courthouse. She was doing play-by-plays every single day on the Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion case. So you're trying to tell me that between then and now, and all her live streams, and all her posts on Instagram and Twitter and all the different social media platforms, that this is all for 3 racks? Come on, dog. I don't know about this lawsuit, Meg.
Also, we have here Megan Cunit with a Zelle breakdown of the alleged payment affairs.
Let's see.
Megan Thee Stallion's lawyer also obtained Zelle records that show Lanez's father, this is Megan Cunit, Carly's John Peterson paid Milagro Grams $3,000 between October 28th, 2020 and March 3rd, 2020.
Yo, down to earth pull up, fam. You're talking real spicy here today, bro. Pull up, bro, about Friday. You would do it for free. Say it with your chest. There's a link in the top of the bio or the top of the chat.
2022 and 6 payments between $200 and $1,000. So this is what Megan Thee Stallion's team is alleging. Now, again, I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I don't know if she got paid, but she never told me that she was getting paid. And
so he talked to Milagro.
I will stand on that. I don't have to like her. I don't have to be cool with her. But she never, when I was with her, she never told me that she was getting paid. She never acted like she was getting paid. So I don't know.
All right, we stop there. I don't know about even if she did get paid, 3 racks is a little bit of change, yo. I don't know if that 3 racks was for her to defame Meg Thee Stallion's character. I think it would cost a little bit more if you want to do a smear campaign with somebody. I know Milagro is not the biggest blogger in the world. I think her Instagram following, is her Instagram page even still up? I think her Instagram following is just a little bit over like 30, or maybe she has like 100,000 or something. Let's see. Milligrams, 43,000. Like, come on, fam. 3 racks? Come on, fam. I don't think that 3 racks was for that. From what I heard, this is just from what I heard, and you ain't heard from me, that she messes with somebody in Tory's camp. I don't think Tory directly, but she's known somebody from Tory's camp from time. So she has some kind of personal relationship with their camp in some kind of way. Obviously, she's biased towards Tory Lanez, but is her being biased something that's a smear campaign or something that's supposed to work against Meg Thee Stallion? No, there's people who like Tory Lanez and there's people who like Meg Thee Stallion. If she has a personal, not a gripe, but if she has a personal connection to one of the parties and she's riding hard for Tory Lanez, and then she got 3 racks in installments. Doesn't even matter if it's one shot or installments. It doesn't mean it's because I want you to go to court. It's because I want you to make this post. I want you to retweet her and this AI shit. Like 3 racks. I could understand if they said 30 racks. Then we'd be talking a different story. Like, here's 30 racks. I'm going to give it to you in a space of installments. And I want you to be not only Team Tory, but we need to crash this woman's personality, crash her, defame her character. You feel me? That makes a little bit more sense to me than, yo, here's 3 racks. Go hard for me and just take, let's see if we can make the Stallion look bad with your 43,000 followers. It's just not adding up. The math ain't mathing to me. Let me see what y'all are saying in the comments here, and we'll move on to another topic, because I don't know how, I guess the restraining order can stick, because we're definitely, and I agree, we should be in a protect women society and believe all women, but we also have to believe all facts. You know what I'm saying? If the man is not technically responsible for harassing you, then you might have to back off. Fall back, Meg. Let me see what's going on here. I'm asking in a poll here, did Meg the Stallion go too far? 65% says yes, and only 35% says no. Yeah, Meg, you might need to fall back. But listen, I'm not your lawyer, so do what you're gonna do. Let's move on though. Let us move on. 3 racks that just sounds ridiculous. This Drake lookalike contest. Did y'all see this? Let me see if I can pull up some shit from these niggas is crazy. Let me show y'all some shit. There was a Drake lookalike contest that went down in Toronto this weekend. I know for the Kendrick fans out there, they're like, oh my God, that's what y'all are doing up there in Canada. If you see over in the building, there's that's Jason Perez, I think. This Izzy Drake, the original Drake clone. Let's go and see if we can find some more shit. Let's go to Toronto Rappers. Hit up Toronto Rappers on their Instagram page. Go follow them up. I know they posted about this Drake lookalike contest. And I won't bury the lead. The winner was a woman. I personally don't think, and I'm not trying to be no anti-woman type of nigga type shit, but like, she didn't look like Drake. Is this it? No. Here we go. And Drake knew about this contest. This wasn't impromptu, or these guys organized it themselves. Salute to Mucho TV. Mucho TV was the host. Multiple Drakes. The Drakeaverse. Let me turn the music off. Oh man, there's hella Drakes, mad Drake. See this little Drake here with painted on beard? This is the person who won. Watch Izzy Drake right here. This nigga on the side didn't even look like Drake. Hold on, let me go back again. I wish I can. Let me play it again. Who's this? Is this Chubbs or Drake? This nigga don't even. He just has a do-rag on to the side. You just can't put a do-rag to the side of your head and be like, I'm Drake. This makes me Drake. Like, nah, bro. You don't look like Drake. Gang. Am I picking on this nigga, bro? He don't look nothing like Drake, bro. Leave the party, fam. Only Drake lookalikes only, bro. Nigga got a big ass porn mustache on his face trying to look like Drake. Who is this guy? You too dark to listen, it's a light-skinned party. No, listen. I wouldn't even step closer there. I'm too dark for that party, bro. It's light skins only, bro.
So how this is gonna go?
Look at this nigga. Yo. Make me throw something across the goddamn room, bro. Holy shit. The ridiculousness is crazy. And this, there's 10K on the line, all right? What are y'all saying in the comments over here? 920 Mario says it's Stevie J. It's fact. Hold on. Oh, Stevie J. You're in the wrong party, bro. You got to go to the party, nigga. Where's Diddy, bro? You need to be at the party, bro. You're wrong room. I'm stupid. Let's go. Look at this one here. Every Drake that I focus on is just, I can't even look at you niggas for too long, bro. Respectfully, okay? Because I can't say I mess with any of these niggas. But I've interviewed a couple of these niggas. No cap. Oh, man. The Drake multiverse is crazy. Holy smokes. Let me pull up some shit. If you're not subscribed, you're dissing. You're dissing. Let's go over to the catalog here. Izzy Drake. Or no, I think he changed his name to Izzy Famous. Here we go. Thing though, we'll get back to that because there's definitely a lot of different things we need to cover. Look at this nigga.
And like a joke out of it.
Yeah,
I remember.
So it's like 4 hours away from Toronto.
Okay.
My mom's from Toronto, so that's why I say I'm from Toronto, because that's where I grew up, like Mississauga area. You know what I mean?
Okay. You still got the same hoodie on.
So yeah, I just took that trip out to Miami and it changed my life overnight.
You still got the same Nike Tech suit on. Yo, I'm dead.
And like, in my head, he was already recording me over there with his phone, with his flashlight. And then the next day I wake up, I go out of my hotel and someone's like, yo, aren't you that guy on Tory Lanez story? I'm like, what? I'm on Tory Lanez story? What? Then I go check a story and it was him recording me, and it was like, he made a caption. It was like, Lil Wayne and Drake in the club. What a night, LOL. So he made like a joke out of it.
Yeah, you know
I remember. The lore.
All these blogs started picking it up. Tory Lanez spots a Drake lookalike in the club, Miami, because Tory and Drake were beefing.
This is the Drake lookalike arc story.
And at this time, they were playing on some funny shit with each other. They were playing basketball and shit. So
yeah,
it all kind of ties into the story, you know. So yeah, like that. Then the blogs just started picking it up, and then man, my life changed overnight. People just started hitting me up from all over the world.
This guy was getting money for parties and shit for walkthroughs, like at least a few racks. I think he said in this interview he was getting like 5 racks for a walkthrough. Now he's not getting shit. I said it in a lot respectfully. If you see this, Izzy, respectfully, you've outgrown Drake's looks, and Drake has outgrown your look. All right, the nigga got braids now. This nigga is Drake from the CLB era, and you gotta stay more in shape if you want to look like Drake. Pause. Sorry, gang. My bad. You gotta stay in shape though, bro. If you want to keep up the Drake lookalike thing, you gotta stay in the gym, bro. You gotta be vigilant. You know what I'm saying?
They were like, yo, can we book you? We can't afford Drake, so we want to pay you. So they pay me, and they pay my travel expenses, my Airbnb, everything. Everything,
make money off this.
And they give me bread, and then I just come do like a tribute night. It was not even me just like trying to like be Drake at all, like, because I wasn't. Like, I was just going to Miami, and then and then I went viral overnight, and then just people just started hitting me up like, "Yo, can I book you? Come do a tribute night. We can't afford the real Drake for $1 million." So
hold on. Here we go. So there was a phone call that I posted. You were calling Drake when he released the album.
Oh, bro, it's Izzy. What's up? Yo, that album was hard, bro. Congratulations on the drop. It's OVO ting. Much love. Are we still dropping?
I'm too far, Bridget.
Yes, sir. Bro, it's big OVO things. You already know.
This guy said, big OVO things. You already know. Shut up, bro. Was this for the most recent album that he dropped, or was it for CLB?
So I ended up getting Drake's number. Like everything just kind of happens. Like,
my bad. Well placed ad there, Friday. Good job.
Mastering of Utopia.
Look at B3 Studios. Book some time right there.
Right away, I just waited, and then he ended.
Okay, right here. Get a app producer B3.
When you're flowing with the universe, just doors start opening up. So I ended up meeting like this stripper. She was in Houston. She ended up giving me Drake's number.
Wow.
And, I didn't call it right away. I just waited, and then he ended up dropping that album. Honestly, never mind. Remember that house music?
Okay.
Album?
Yeah.
Which is goated because it's like nobody's doing that kind of shit. Like maybe a lot of people weren't fucking with it, but I was fucking with it.
This guy went. A stripper went and gave this guy Drake's number. Yo, that's cold. That's worse than me. That's cope. All right. I could be honest with myself. That was cope. But that's worse than me. No cap. And then there's another one. We interviewed this guy first. And then we interviewed this guy first. And then Izzy Drake or Izzy Famous saw that guy and he was like, wait a minute. No. I'm the original. And then he pulled up.
Back to me. No. So we were hanging out, me and some of my friends. We were just hanging out.
This guy's from New York.
Day. Yeah. Like we were in the area and we walked by this club that happened to be one of my friends' club that he promotes heavy. Okay. So he saw us pass by and it was a busy night that night at the club.
Ruiz, I had to put your comment on the screen for a longer time. Rule L says, I hope the man stacked his money. I was just thinking the same thing. Like, bro, you were getting money for walkthroughs, getting travel paid for, Airbnb, all type of shit. Bro, put at least half of that aside because you know that shit ain't going to last forever. Especially if you ain't going to put some of that on a gym membership, my G. If you weren't going to put some of that on a gym membership, then you need to be putting down 3/4 of that money because that 15 minutes might just only be 10 minutes, my guy. Down to Earth said this guy should have. Agreed. Also, I agree with this right here. This guy should have won. Jason Perez, they gave it to a girl, and we'll get back to the clips of the from the battle itself. But he's the one who should have won. All right, started from the bottom, says next topic. Just now, Bridget. Just now. 6 side things.
And he's like, yo, you should slide through for a little bit. And I didn't think much of it. I was like, yeah, we'll come through. Because we usually pull up anyways. So we just pulled up, you know,
multiple
we were
drinks.
and then he was like, yo, I want you to kind of get the crowd going or whatever. And I told him, I said, I'm not gonna grab the mic and start singing. I'm not a performer, but okay. I told him, I said, I mean, we could do a little like listening session real quick. Yeah. I'll go up there with the DJ and mix with him, you know.
So these guys both have their fame arc. Let me go back to these clips here. Let's see who the winner of the Drake contest is. These guys are going crazy. The Family Matters is wild. Okay, so the winner, did they post the winner? I think Keep Six posted the winner. Because that young lady got 10 racks from the shit. Did they post the winner of the shit? This is the nigga that I seen on a bunch of pages. I think he's from New York. So yeah, anyhow, y'all get the point. The little girl won. I think they gave the girl the prize just because I don't know, it's a sympathy prize. Like, oh, you know, cute. I got the page up here. Let me show y'all who the winner is. 10 racketies. Jesus Christ. It pays to look like Drake. This is the winner right here. All right, y'all can see this. Let me go to the next page here. Hold on. Un momento. Right there. She won the thing. Okay. Salute to her. She got the 10 racks. Y'all think she deserved to win the Drake lookalike contest? Did they pick the right person? 1 in the chat if they picked the right person. 2 in the chat if they picked the complete wrong person. I just showed y'all 2 interviews with 2 people that look way more like Drake. All right, 1 in the chat if they got it right. 2 in the chat if they got it completely wrong. Holy, that's a wild contest to have. But salute to Drake because he supported it. I seen him posting his Instagram stories. He was enjoying it. He had a laugh about it. We're having fun over here. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? You know, got all to be on some gangster mob ties type shit. We have fun over here in Canada. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're Canadian. But we have fun over here. But let's move on. There's more important topics in the world. Lil Wayne, Weezy F baby. He finally breaks his silence and speaks on the whole Kendrick Lamar and the Super Bowl thing. Let me see if I can find something. What I'll do is I want to take a quick check on Twitter first before we react to this, because you got to kind of look on Twitter from the back end. Pause before I pull it up on the screen. There we go. There we go. So he did an interview recently where he was commenting on Lil Wayne getting the Super Bowl, the backlash that that people felt that he was giving to Lil Wayne. I mean, to Kendrick Lamar. And then Kendrick Lamar also mentioned him on the Whacked Out Mural song. You know what? Before I show you all this, I'm going to show you all something else. Because there was people that were thinking that Lil Wayne possibly might have been taking some shots. I remember he said something where, like, don't wake up the sleeping giant. Because when I wake up, it's destruction and I don't even want to destroy or some shit. I don't remember. It was some long tweet. But we ain't going to act like Lil Wayne wasn't in his feelings, all right? Wayne was in his feelings about the Super Bowl shit.
Weezy, yeah, they can't be Weezy. Hall of Fame mode, this shit too easy. I was born a trap star just like he said.
All right. And I asked the question, real or AI? Obviously, it was AI.
I made a whole wave, it got me seasick, gnarly. The game is cold, you niggas best us in the Barbie. These niggas is weird, I'm looking at them like I'm Farley.
I'm looking at him like I'm Farley. I don't know if Lil Wayne would have said that. It don't sound right.
Who told these niggas they ain't coming to the party? TDE stands for teens, they ain't elders, bitch, sorry.
Right? People were thinking, well, there was some people who were fooled, like, hey, is Lil Wayne ready to load up? But nah, it was AI. It's fake. But finally, Lil Wayne had something to say about this whole Super Bowl thing, and he broke his silence. So let's get to it.
Let Lil Wayne down from Kendrick.
Let's get to it.
Come on, man. What Kendrick Lamar, you know, what his lyrics were about you. What can you explain? I'll just quickly read them. I know you know them. I used to bump that Carter 3. Okay. I used to bump that Carter 3. I held my Rolly chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down from Kendrick Lamar. Let Lil Wayne down. And I don't really understand that. help me out. What was that about?
That was my first time hearing it, but I think.
Hold on.
I think he just
flag on the play. What did you say, bro? That was the first time hearing it right there with Skip Bayless? Stop the cap, bro.
You know, I think I'm hearing it.
Out. What was that about?
That was my first time hearing it.
Listen, I don't want to stop the video, but Wayne pisses me off. He tries to play this game like I don't use the internet. I don't have Wi-Fi. Niggas talked about me on their album that sold 300-something thousand in the first week. Really? He mentioned me? Like, stop the cap, Wayne. Niggas, you heard it, man. Like, what's the Kodak Black? I think all that shit is games. He's playing games. He's playing dumb games. Like, oh no, you know what he does? What that does when you do that? When you play completely dumb, like ignorant to all stuff that happens in media, that means when something happens and it has something to do with you, you could play dumb. Like, you know, I only care about sports and skateboarding. I don't even pick up my phone, so I didn't know. You could always play like, I didn't know. Oh, these allegations are on again? I didn't know. It's cap, bro. Lil Wayne uses his phone, fam. I can't say for sure. I don't know. I don't talk to the guy. I don't know him personally. But I just feel like a lot of that time, and Wayne's not the only one who plays that game that, oh, what? I don't really be paying attention like that. A lot of niggas play that game, bro. Niggas pay attention, bro. And if they ain't paying attention, they mans is paying attention and saying, bro, here's a clip. You see what they said about you, what he said about you? It's the first song on the album, Wayne. Stop the cap, bro.
But I think he just, you know, I think he's a fan, like I'm a fan of his music.
Sure.
He's a fan of mine.
Yeah.
I think
he's definitely a fan of yours. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so I think he just mean by he saw what everybody else he saw how much it meant.
He looked painted
to me. And I think that's all he mean is that, you know, I don't think it, and you know, when we speaking, obviously he can't control that. And, you know, so he didn't let me know. It ain't like he can control it or nothing. And also I've spoken to him and I wished him all the best and told him he better kill it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you better kill it. You gotta kill it.
Okay. Well, did he say anything to enlighten you about these lyrics about you? I think my hard work.
Skip, I'll answer the question for you. He don't know. The first time he heard it is right here from you on the microphone. He never heard the song, bro.
Let Lil Wayne down. I don't know exactly what that means. If he's sort of.
No, he ain't. I don't think he knew he didn't have to do anything. That was no explanation that was needed for that. I think I understand.
Especially if you never heard the song, bro. You don't have to explain shit. You ain't heard it.
Again, that was my first time hearing it when you just said it.
Okay.
But I understand those words. He, like I said, I think he just mean that he made.
You know why this is pissing me off? Because he tweeted about this shit. Maybe not about this song specifically, but he tweeted about, yo, don't make a sleeping giant wake up and, you know, destruction and, you know, brimstone and like he tweeted about this shit. So what were you tweeting about? Just other shit? Was it about the Super Bowl? Like, one second, let me find this. Lil Wayne. Like I said, I gotta go behind the scenes when I'm looking on Twitter. Automatically, when I opened up my Twitter, titties popped out. Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar tweet. I'm gonna find this shit. Okay, here I found it. Found it. Cause this nigga's capping. Respectfully, Wayne. Here we go. Man, what the F I do? I just be chilling and they still come from my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me. but I shall destroy if disturbed. On me, love. Don't cheat. So what is that for? That was just because just whatever. I was just feeling that way that morning. Nah, bro. It was because of whacked out murals, fam. I hate when niggas insult my intelligence, bro.
Made it there, and his hard work is the reason why he made it there.
Yeah.
And obviously,
I took
let
it.
me down is me just being upset about not getting disappointed about not getting this.
Yeah. But you guys,
he was going crazy for a week. Oh man, they let I had to get the energy to get on this live. He went live. Lil Wayne doesn't even use the phone, the quote unquote phone that he never uses, that he never sees anything on. The man went and made an Instagram live about it, bro. He was upset. Kendrick responded, and then you act like you ain't heard the shit. Now you act like you ain't heard the shit, bro. Come on, bro. You guys got to stop doing this, man. Industry niggas be doing this weird shit, bro.
You guys are cool. You have talked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I told him you got to kill it. That's what I told him.
Skip ain't buying it. Look at this. This is the response of an interviewer who doesn't believe what the guest just said.
All right.
I told him you got to kill it. That's all
right. That's good to know. You spoke to him, but the only time you've heard these lyrics to this song are right here, right now, in real time with me while I'm doing this interview. Okay, bro. Whatever you say. Sure. As you were.
So I told him you gotta smash it.
Well, he will smash it.
He will.
Oh, yes, of course he will.
So
of course. So yeah, that's what Chunchi's saying. He's not. There was no hard feelings. What was all the kerfuffle about? Why is everybody getting bent out of shape? I didn't say anything. I never mentioned anything about getting back in the booth, or getting in the booth, because he still stays in the booth. Lil Wayne is always an active rapper, all right? But I didn't say anything about destruction and not even me on me. Chintiki, what the hell? That's crazy. He said Lil Wayne, my top 5 still fell off. Yeah, me too. Well, I don't know if he's in my top 5, but he's in my top 10. He's definitely in my top 10. But Lil Wayne is. You need to stop the cap, bro. And it's cool if you and Kendrick spoke. That's gravy. I enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, bruh, just accept that the man is gonna do the Super Bowl. You got out of pocket for a second. You got a little upset, and we can move on. We can apologize and move on. It's a man shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's salute to Lil Wayne though. Maybe now. What do y'all think? You think that at this point with Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar speaking, now that everybody's gotten everything behind them as far as between Wayne and Kendrick, I don't know about Wayne and Drake. I'm sorry, Kendrick and Drake. But between Wayne and Kendrick, do you think Kendrick Lamar brings out Lil Wayne for the Super Bowl? Okay, comment in the comments below on the repost. Now, do you think that Kendrick Lamar brings out Lil Wayne for at least one song in the Super Bowl? All right. Next thing you know, you just hear a milli, and the Lil Wayne just comes out from the floor. Ooh, a milli. I don't know if that could happen, bro. Right there. I think Drake will block that nigga at that point, bro. That would just be, that's heinous. But yeah, we'll move on. What else do I got on my list here? Okay. Sadboi versus Agent 00. Let's pull up some clips here. Y'all know who Sadboi is? Are y'all tapped into the Sadboi wave over here? Let me see if I can. I know people over here in Toronto know who Sadboi is. But for the people outside of Toronto, if y'all don't know who Sadboi is, Very talented young lady. Hold on, let me pull up some shit. I feel like I'm going to end up getting myself 10 copyrights in this friggin' live stream here today. Uno momento. Let's pull up some Sadboi music just to get us acquainted. She did a live stream with one of the people from the AMP crew recently. A gentleman named Tyler. Let's pull up some Sadboi shit. Or Ty Lil.
We got Sadboi in the building.
Wait. That was like a little late.
What was late?
Sadboi in the building. Instantly. Let's do it again.
All right, we got Sadboi in the building. Ty, can I borrow your Lambo? Yo, I've been lending out my cars a week, bro. I gave money out. My life. Chat. Pin this color. Matter of fact, I go to it right here. Ty, can I borrow your Lambo or your Rolls?
Their shit is loud as fruit.
So Tina, that is considered. They style.
No, y'all doing your thing.
They style.
But this is for Talio. The tree too big for the house. You can't put a star. You got no star. You got no star. No.
Why do I need to put a star at the top of the Christmas tree? Bruh. Nah, he's weird.
I'll hit you after with the tea.
The shade. Hold on, chat. I got something for him.
Now clock that.
Nah, I'm about to clock his tea.
Clock it.
Yeah. The shade. Somebody very.
Play me, bro. That was cool.
How did I try to play you?
Talking about I'm a boy. In front of all that good, all those good-looking women.
Wait, let me see who you with. Let me see who you with.
I want my family.
EK.
Oh, hey, girl. Love you.
EK, what's up, EK? EK, do you find me as as an attractive man, EK?
Hey, fire up on that.
You just told the shade that somebody. I know, yeah.
So yeah, they streamed.
You know the super starter.
Hold on. They went crazy in there for a second. They were turning up.
You dancing. Wait, are we playing dance?
W's in the chat. Listen, chat. Right now it's a 1v7 chat. I don't know where none of my friends is at. I'm lit with one shot. Yes, I am drunk with one shot.
Okay, so y'all get the point of what was happening here. For some reason, I thought it was just all fun. Okay, I thought it was just these guys just doing their live stream. There was no issues to be had anywhere in this live stream. But as Toronto does, there's always some drama that follows. And Agent 00, who I think lives in that same house, if I'm not mistaken. I remember seeing the video. I watched the YouTube video of everybody moving into the house. But Agent 00 had some things to say. Let's go straight to RTN's page and find that post again. There we go.
Who cares, bro? I'm not gonna lie. Like, the one thing I don't like about Toronto chat, as much love as I have for it, bro, too much conversation is not like uplifting.
And keep in mind also, Agent 00 is originally from Toronto. For the people who are outside of Toronto who watch this guy's content on a regular basis on Twitch, he is actually from Toronto. A lot of people don't know that. To be honest, I didn't know that till recently. So let's continue.
Like, do you notice how like Kai, Phantom, Talil, Punga, Dez, like all they do is uplift each other. Like all New York niggas do is uplift each other. And for some reason, like Toronto niggas, like the conversation is always like, it has like these negative, and the gang just like promote and show love to niggas you fuck with. We don't have to have these unnecessarily negative conversations. There's too many talented people in the city, bro. This shit is a pointless conversation. That be Talil though, man.
Talil don't know how.
Who cares, bro? I'm not gonna lie. Like, the one thing.
Okay, so he said what he said, and I guess it was based on a lot of the conversation that was happening during that live stream. He felt that
Talil.
My bad. He felt that just a lot of it was, I guess, lowbrow, negative type conversation. This is basically what I'm getting from this. Do y'all agree that Toronto just really perpetuates negativity. We wallow in negativity. We love the fuckery. Let me ask you guys in a poll. You know me. Let's do another poll here. Actually, let's get rid of this last one here. This was, what was I asking last? Was Tunchi really in his feelings? 78% said yes, 22% said no. All right, let's end that one. Let's start a new one here. Does Toronto love, actually, let me put it all in caps, love negativity? Because low-key, agent and wrong. As somebody who does YouTube videos and post multiple different titles on a regular basis, I can see which ones react in comparison to which ones don't react. And niggas can say what they want, but there's a lot of people who are like, yo, you guys should talk about more positive things. We do. You just don't watch it. So let's see. Let's see if we can find her reaction.
Toronto chat, as much love as I have for it, bro. Too much conversation.
Where's Shorty's reaction? Did she delete it already? Give me a second, gang. Let me see if I can find her reaction. Okay, it's still there. Perfect. Perfect.
Toronto chat, as much love as I have for it, bro. Too much conversation is not like uplifting.
Well, this is really for Agent. If you watch the whole live stream and not the clip that he's reacting to, you would see that's not what it was at all. So just to give some background, before I had went on the stream, we've had conversations with around me being from Toronto and just showcasing the fact that I am from Toronto and just like, you know, like showing love. It's no knock on Agent. Like now I know who he is and like I'll give him his flowers. Like he's doing his thing. But I honestly didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was from Toronto. And anyone who knows me knows like I really do like show love to the people in my city or from my city, and people who show love to me, like that's just my energy. You'll never hear me like talk down on anyone or downplay what anyone's doing. That wasn't the case at all. I just honestly didn't know who he was. And if you watch the full stream at the end, we were like rating people and he had brought Agent's picture up and it said Agent. And I was like, oh, this is the guy you're talking about. Is this who you were talking about earlier? He said, yeah. And I said, I thought he was from New York. And he was like, no, he's from Toronto. I was like,
I didn't know either. In Sadboi's defense, I didn't know until recently. Okay, Agent moved from Toronto years ago. He's been live streaming over there in the United States. I think he went to Florida, if I'm not mistaken, and then went to New York. I don't know. I don't even know the whole history. But I didn't know that he wasn't. I didn't know that he was from here.
Okay, like I seen the picture before, but I thought he was a New York nigga. So
Atlanta.
I just want to clear that up. Like, it's no knock on you, Agent. So this whole thing that we're like steering like this narrative of like people from Toronto not supporting each other, like it's just that's not the case. I truly did not know you were from Toronto, and I didn't.
Did we not support each other? Is that a narrative? Gang, is that a narrative that's been painted on Toronto that we don't support each other? And if so, why? There's a link at the top of the chat if you guys want to jump in on this conversation right here. Like, is that a real narrative? Toronto doesn't support each other? I know as far as the drill rap scene, a lot of these guys won't work together because obviously it's ops or there could be political implications that happen or police implications that happens when you work with certain mans. But as far as working together or looking out for each other, jeez. West said, Agent don't do nothing for Toronto. Yikes. Scathing comment. Gut shot. Let me move that one off the screen. Agent see that and make him crack a tear. Toronto people ain't GTA and vice versa. GTA people eyes get big when they go downtown. Two Piece No Biscuit says, duh. Eric Sharada says, yes, it is. Yeah, damn. God damn. We really don't support each other. Or I guess that's the sentiment that's going around. Peace Love says they don't even support the biggest rapper in the world, aka Down to Earth. Facts. Down to Earth, hate him some Drake. Our name is the Screwface Capital, Tim Duncan. That's facts. Tim Duncan, that's me. All right. One of the greatest fundamental basketball players in history. People from Toronto don't even care about downtown. Facts. Bad mind people, that's all. Yeah, it's unanimous. It's a lot of people are just, yeah, I'm sorry. I agree. I'm asking more in a rhetorical way if Toronto even supports themselves. But yeah, it's been even the guys who I do interview who are more on the friendly tip or less threatening type of shit. They don't even work together that much. I don't really see, like, I see some collabos between like Chris the Spirit and Dylan Ponders, but I don't really see a bunch of collabos between like Hawaii Mighty and different cool, like non-threatening rappers. Like a lot of even the non-threatening rappers, like Toby himself, he'll do features with American guys, but those guys, everybody kind of sticks to themselves. It's weird. We need more collabos. I guess that's what it is. Toronto needs to start bringing back collabos. Like, I know we're in whatchamacallit, attention span economy. Songs are like 2 minutes long. So we get two niggas on a song or a guy and a girl on a song, verse each, boom. That's 2 minutes. We out of there. But instead of like all these solo songs that we've been getting over the years, right? We might need to unite a little bit more. More collabos. That's what I want to see in 2025. More collaboration songs from Toronto rappers, right? There was a really good time when Dr. Bushman, Bundog, and YG were doing the Expendables. They did like a 3-man thing, you know what I'm saying? Pause. And that was a dope project, right? I think they did a little EP. Bushman is not directly from YG and Bundog's crew, so it was good for him to collaborate with those guys. But also, like I was saying earlier about the drill rap stuff, right? The guys who are in the drill rap scene, when one man does a collabo, even if he's not from their different area, now that guy has to have some of the issues that those guys have from that area. Oh, you did a song with them? Okay, so now we're gonna have to slide on you too. Right? Like Jay Castro said, Bushman from Brampton. Yeah. And he did a song with guys from Up Top, Jane and Finch. That's cool. I enjoyed the music. I thought the music was fire. But now for him to make that decision, that makes him have to do a little bit more thinking. Does he have to deal with the issues that YG and Bundog and those guys have and their ops and all that type shit? Or if they have the same ops, then maybe we can do the collabo. That's a lot to think about to do a freaking collabo, bro. A lot of logistics and things to move around. Can we even be friends? Can we, like how you see Top 5 and Bundog and all those guys? It's been established. I guess they both have the same ops, all that type of shit. So cool. They can hang together. There's no extra political implications. They've figured out all that shit before they were seen on camera together. But other Top 5's had other collaborations with Casper and TNG. Big collaboration. That song Freeze, huge collaboration. But eventually along the way, politics happen. There's issues with that those guys' area and different man's area. And next thing you know, guys are releasing people's quote unquote paperwork and they're beefing now. But at one point in time, these niggas were in Dundas Square shooting a music video together. So it's not always the best idea with our city, with everybody who can't keep their shit together as far as like getting along, to even collaborate, because later on in the future the shit might bite you in the ass or you might regret getting on a song with that youth. Niggas crash out, niggas end up actually catching cases and some people snitch, and then it's like, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm on a song with this snitch. I have 2 songs with Mayhem Moriarty. All right, put it that way. I got not 1 feature, 2 Mayhem Moriarty features. For the people who don't know who he is his name was implicated in a crazy case back in 2012, and he ended up testifying, and he became a well-known rat, for lack of a better term. Ain't nobody releasing the songs that they have with Mayhem and that they have in the vault that they might have not released. Carl Johnson says, I have a few myself. Laugh out loud. Yo, I got them from the low ski. You shouldn't have charged me still. You shouldn't have charged me, fam. You and Souza, y'all shouldn't have charged me for that, man. We were all working out the same studio. I'm gonna say that now. This is like 20 years later. You shouldn't have charged me, fam. But I had it. So I was like, yo, hold that. Soft. What is that? A chop? Soft. You know what I'm saying? But later on, with all the shit that happened with him, them songs are useless now. So working together ain't always the best idea. Just saying. Is she done cooking?
Know who he was talking about. And quite frankly, I'm speaking about high school and someone's talking about 2024. Like, it's just a huge disconnect. Like, I'm talking about 2016. Like, it's just a huge disconnect in the conversation already, that caused it to like get like heated. And I was like a little overwhelmed, like myself. But again, it was like no knock on anyone. And yeah, like, I just want to say, like, I love my city.
Toronto chat as much.
I am mad at her. I am not mad at her. I think listen, Sadboi she's had a pretty crazy year. This is the second time she's had to address some shit. Y'all remember, maybe two weeks ago, not even 2 weeks ago, we were talking about Sadboi when it came to my youth, where I'm not even going to mention her name. We're not going to do any of that. We're not going to start anything up again. But she had an issue before with a blogger. Okay, we'll say that. And she had to go give a long explanation. She's probably like, God damn, what is wrong with my city? Why do I always got to get up on this Instagram and explain myself? Listen, shorty, don't even explain yourself to these niggas no more, bro. I'm going to give you a word of advice, Sadboi. Stop explaining yourself to these niggas. If you made a mistake, then fine. Like, if you made a grave mistake that like could affect your image in some kind of way, then, you know, pull up the phone, do what you do. But a lot of these guys, as you keep on growing in the industry, people are going to be nitpicking you. What about this? What about when you said this? You should have said this like this. I didn't like the way that you were talking when you did this. I didn't like your tone when you did this. It's just going to be a nitpick fest. Ignore them. All right? You don't got to respond to all these niggas. Right? You're starting to become beyond. If you didn't know the nigga and he got into his feelings, respectfully, agent. So what? Satga. She didn't know you. Sorry. She didn't know you. She didn't know you were from Toronto. Guess what? I didn't either. You could say, oh, well, you're 80 years old, Friday. How do you know anything? Well, guess what? I use the internet. I didn't know the nigga was from Toronto. Salute to Voices from the Staircase. Those guys did an interview with him not too long ago. The information started getting revealed when he came here to do the blogging over here, when he was doing the IRL streams and shit. That's when I realized he was from Toronto. And then I started looking back and seeing other videos or pictures of him wearing Maple Leafs jerseys and shit like that. I'm like, oh, okay, he's a Toronto nigga. He don't sound like a Toronto nigga. He doesn't. I'm saying he doesn't have an overt Toronto accent, but he doesn't even have a little bit of a Toronto accent. So excuse me if Shorty made a mistake. Suck God, she didn't know you, bro. Holy. Salute to Sadboi, though. Keep doing your thing, fam. F the haters, fam. Let's see here. We're moving on. We are cooking with gasoline. Knocking out these topics. What I got next? I got a list in front of me. So, okay. Speaking of Toronto rappers, now that we've got Sadboi over here, okay? Let me ask you guys a question. Who do you think had the best year in Toronto rap? Now, we can pull up a few different people who've had some good years. I gotta admit, this has been a shit year for Toronto rap. no hate, because I love the Toronto rap scene. I interview people every week. If y'all didn't notice, for the amount of interviews that I've done this year, I can safely say a good 25% of them, maybe even 40% of them, were content creators, not even as much artists. Because in my opinion, and maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, the Toronto music scene has not been as hype as it's been for a long time. So here's a post from Borough Sound. Big salute to DJ Czar, aka Mustache. He's got a list here. Sadboi, her song Slide.
Shock when you see me in person. That was ass when I see me again.
All right.
Can't even lie, I'm a sad boy where I be juggling all these men.
Haji Basto, Active.
Well, you know about skirting, that's her.
And Sadboi, to me, that's a pretty easy answer as far as having one of the best years. Let me start a poll here. But Haji Basto, who's going to be the next one that I'm going to show y'all right here.
Teasing, skirting in the sky, and you gotta watch out for niggas, cause niggas fucking rats.
The thing is with Haji Basto, he's had a pretty good year as far as the music videos that he's dropped and you know, the traction that he's received, but he hasn't been consistent. Like, these niggas deal with real shit, so they'll be there and then they'll be gone for a second. All right.
And you know I lost my dad, so I could never leave my strap.
Who else we got here?
And my dad.
There was a Dagger Rhythm Cypher. Let me ask a question here in the chat. I'm going to put up 4 names just of people who I think had pretty good years. But actually, I'll ask this. Is the Toronto rap scene hurting? All capitals. All right. Hurting right now. Bare question marks. And we'll continue our slides here. All right. So is the Toronto rap scene hurting right now? Y'all remember 2017 when Casper and K Money and friggin' who else was out there? Those bare guys dropping bangers, Boogs. The scene was going crazy. And then somewhere along the line, 2024, in my opinion, has just been kind of, I want to use nicer words like stale, or it's been okay. It's been shit. All right, it's been crapola.
So me say naturally, actually, me woulda live in your belly and stab it real.
Right. This was a big tune. Even with the numbers, right? Sometimes people will be like, "Yo, Friday, you don't even got no numbers. Nobody watches your freaking podcast." Blah, 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 blah. Everybody's numbers are lower as far as Toronto. When I started the pod, K Money had dropped Come Outside. Right now, the song is at 23 million views on YouTube. Let's say 22 million views. But at the time, it was already doing past 1 million views in like the first couple of months or whatever. Everybody who was doing YouTube content back there in 2018, 2017, 2019, even up to 2019, even all the way to that point, anybody who was releasing YouTube videos, 20,000 views off the hop. Right? 6 Wars. He's releasing videos on a daily basis on the Toronto music scene. 40,000, 50,000 views. So the whole scene as a whole, content creators as well as the rappers. Like a rapper is hard set to get like 100,000 views on his music video from Toronto. Where before, the benchmark was 1 million views. If a rapper ain't getting 1 million views from Toronto, like, bro, you're not lit out here. You're not popping in the Toronto streets. Now, if you ain't doing 100,000 views, you ain't popping. So it went down 10 times as far as the standard to be a hot nigga out here. That's not good. The music's still good. There's still good music that's coming out of here. But for some reason, people are not focusing on it as much as they were back in 2017, 2018. So I'm going to ask again. What did I ask in the poll here? Is the Toronto rap scene hurting? All right, it's a little bit of an injury. It's in pain a little bit. All right, Casper TNG. He did the song with D-Thing from over there in New York City. Computers. I think to me that was one of the biggest songs of the year. Computers, crazy.
These niggas talking on computers. I hit the trap and bought some guns for all the shooters. I bought some Glocks and bought some XD.
Even to the point where I'm thinking about my year-end top 15 underground Toronto rappers list. Give me some names. Give me some names of who can go in the top 15 Toronto rappers this year. Because to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to do the list this year. I don't think people care. I don't think I'm that important that, yo, where's Friday's list? Where's his year-end list? But I will give myself a little credit. When I be posting these lists, people go crazy. Why am I not on the list, fam? Wagwan. So I guess that has a little bit of importance. I've been confronted about it multiple times in interviews. So I guess it holds a little bit of weight. But I don't feel like doing this shit this year. And to be honest, if I'm putting up a list this year, a lot of drill rappers ain't making it on the list. There's a lot of non-drill rappers who've been doing way better than y'all niggas. Who else is in the... Let me see what y'all saying in the comments here. Oh, shit. Ruel says, hurting. Toronto music is on life support, fam. That's cold. Hard shot. Sun said Big Casper. Casper is one of the main guys in the scene right now as far as like traction. What else we got here? Down to Earth says, yes, been hurting since since Rap City and much music. Since no Rap City or much music. We had a really good time back in 2017, 2018. These niggas could drop a fart on a track and it would go at least 100,000 views. All right. Carl Johnson says, imagine saying no one knows me when I'm literally from a bunch of Toronto rapper videos. Is hilarious and your name is you're having your own argument over there. Name and this is Impact Through My Lens says, name 5 Toronto rappers that can go globally right now if they had no criminal record. I'll wait. Woo. Well, without criminal records right now, I know there's a couple. To me, Dylan Ponders, and it's not just because I had to interview. Actually, it is partially because I had to interview with him. I got to look into his story a little bit more and his catalog. He makes great music. A lot of people are already listening to it. The man bought his mom and his dad a house off of music. This nigga from over here, from Toronto, from Southside Jane and Finch. Okay? But he's not on the same shit as these niggas. So he doesn't have to worry about the same type of shit. He's not looking over his shoulder for ops. The only thing he's looking over his shoulder for is fans that might be like, yo, you're Dylan Ponders. I love you. Like, it's a good life. But niggas don't talk about him on the blogs. Like, y'all niggas some of y'all in the comments might be like, who? You know how many times I put Toby on lists? And niggas is like, yo, who the fuck's Toby, bro? Toby? What? Yes, the Toby, the guy who's on tour right now. The guy who signed to Sony Red. Yeah, that Toby. Niggas will beat me in the head like, yo, bro, what are you even talking about? Who are these waste juice that you put on your list? Guys who are doing better than the drill rappers. Sorry. There's a long one right there. Drake was parking with Jungle because mans from Scarborough lived in Jungle, fam. Those mans left Jungle. Now Mayhem left Jungle before dinosaurs were fossils. Interesting. Black Pudding TV says Raz Fresco and Danielson. Them man's been doing their thing for a while now, man. They've also been able to go outside of Toronto and get accolades out there and people messing with them and collabos. I know Danielson as well as Ason Eastwood are on songs with Griselda niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's still a whole other underground scene. But them niggas, you'll see them at shows. You'll actually see them at shows with a packed crowd. So salute to them. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Actually, let's keep on going through this list here. So where are we? Casper T and G&D thing. Sav4X. Mod shit.
Late night in your hook, get spooky, I'm creeping. Belt to outside, give him a beating. If he can't learn, I'ma teach him. If I punch in, I'm bleaching. If you punch in, I leave him.
Woo!
I'll glue his head to the cement. Beat it right there. I was running through traffic. Cars was crashing, tires are screeching.
Jeez. Sav4X goes crazy. Holy. The voice and the flows, that nigga goes crazy. What y'all think of Sav4X? Sav4X be doing his thing, man. There was somebody else who I seen you guys just mention somebody in the comments. There was Doovie. Doovie's been gone for almost 2 years. He was next up. He was out of here, bro. Now this guy's dealing with crazy charges. Mosh up. Josh Berger says, look up Party Next Door. Party's fine. He's already a millionaire from music. He ain't underground. And he ain't a rapper. AKA Caesar says, Pillsbury dual voice. He kind of do have a Pillsbury dual voice. Common Gang Strong. Let me play it again.
People is bleeding, bitches are screaming. Bitch, I'm a demon. Watch how I do it. The beam on his face, hope you bend up his nose. And I know that he mad at him fucking his hoe. His late night in your hook, get spooky, I'm creeping. Belt to outside, give him a beating. If he can't learn, him.
That's like, give him a beating. What about Straight Cash? No pics.
5K for the fit, this some light drip. Still take no pics. You can tell that I'm used to this. You can tell who's shooting shit. You can tell who's moving bricks. I can tell who's moving bitch. Scared to go, won't drop it out whip.
Woo! Listen, man. The grimy niggas put out some hot music, bro. I'm not gonna lie. AK Caesar says free to crook. Facts. Facts. This nigga had a deal with Warner. He had a distribution deal for one project with Warner. He was getting ready to be out of here, especially for the amount of time that he already put in. Holy shit, man, this guy was out of here. And I'll always say this shit. The Crook was one of my favorite rappers out of all these niggas, bro. This nigga was rapping, great beat selection. He had the whole rapper look, bear chains and all that, which might have been part of the reason why he's in trouble now. However, he was the guy. Holy smoky. YG Shice Bud says, or Shice's Bud said, "What? Listen, this YG's been putting out music all year. He's been doing his thing, but there's people on Reddit and shit trying to act like YG fell off. That's crazy. And is he on this list here? Oh, Czar, you didn't put YG on the list. He doesn't have a tune. Hood Baby GG, Cripple. Let's go to that one.
360, yeah, they clip it, be holding up 60. Yeah, my pockets are fat like a hippo. I'm a scammer, I fuck with the crypto. Crippled, yeah, we hop on the car, leave you crippled. Yeah, crippled.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. See, this is the problem, bro. See, niggas be getting disrespectful on the thing and all.
Yeah, we hop on the car, leave you crippled. 16, trying to put a boy on the T. Yeah, fresh white tea, yeah, hop on the car, now let's just be.
Hood Baby GG interview on the way. Look out for that coming very soon. Pause. Bundog, BFR Bundog.
I was up in Monaco, I found my favorite eater. I told her I'm from Canada, she said like Justin Bieber. No, only shooters wear a mask, I wouldn't trust me either.
Ooh. Yeah, so there is songs, big tunes that came out this year, but to me, out of all these tunes, the most memorable tune that dropped this year out of everybody's tunes, respectfully to everybody else.
These niggas talking on computers. I hit the trap and bought some guns for all the shooters.
And my dad, some say, not Charlie.
Those two.
Charlie, me would I live in your belly and stab it real bad freak, so she come with bad habitat.
The reggae tune, which is not even a rap tune, that's the craziest part. The reggae tune and Casper TNG's Computers, those are the ones that I remember from whenever they dropped to now. Here we are in the end of 2024. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to just touch on that quick fast as far as like the Toronto music scene or just the Toronto rap scene specifically. We're not in the best place. we have good music that's still coming out of here. And if, for the people who are watching this later or who've been watching this now, tap in. There's a lot of talented artists that are over here in Toronto. All right. Go to the post that we have here. Follow Borough Sounds TV, or follow the We Love Hip Hop page and check out the different artists on the post. Click the links on their bios and get acquainted with some of their shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on. What do I got here? What do I got? So who had the best year in Toronto rap? Oh, okay. Let me get into something serious here, quick fast. Actually, it's not even a quick fast thing. We might take a minute on this. Did you all know that assisted death is a big thing over here in Canada? And I'm speaking to my American audience right now. Like, we specialize in letting people get the choice whether they want to get the plug pulled, basically. When somebody's terminally ill, in a lot of cases, and obviously in the States this happens too, when somebody's terminally ill, I don't know if it's a state-by-state thing, but you get the choice, or you can get the choice to say, you know what, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live like a vegetable. Pull the plug. But over here in Canada, that's been expanding over the years. And it's gone from I'm terminally ill, pull the plug, to, or I'm in a vegetated state, pull the plug, to I'm terminally ill and I don't want to go through the terminal illness, that, you know, the tunnel down the road to recovery. Maybe just pull the plug. I don't feel like going through this. And now that's expanding even more. They're looking to expand it even more to I'm having mental health issues, pull the plug. Where at this point, people are starting to object a little bit, like, oh, whoa. People are already objecting where it's like, I'm sick, pull the plug. Whoa, hey. I could understand I'm a vegetable, pull the plug. I understand that. But when it's like, oh, I'm sick, I just don't want to do it anymore. It's basically assisted, you know, I know YouTube doesn't like this word, but it's assisted suicide. I'll pull up an article here that I was looking at earlier. I be reading some news and shit. I'm a reading nigga. Learning ass nigga. So let's go into it.
Sobering statistic. According to new data, roughly 1 in 20 deaths in Canada last year was through medically assisted dying. It's a record-breaking number, but some believe a number of those deaths should never have happened. CTV's Kamakar Mali explains.
It was quite a rapid decline.
The pain still fresh for Willie Grant years later. ALS stripped everything from her husband.
You're grieving at the loss of, being able to speak properly, or the loss of, using your arms.
It was then they chose medically assisted dying as a way out.
Glenn just turned to me and said, it's time to go.
Last year, more than 15,000 people in Canada received medical assistance in.
We have a population of about 40 million people. So 15,000 people got medically assisted dying or made last year in 2023.
Death or made. That's nearly 5% or 1 in 20 of all deaths last year. Although 2023 saw the highest number of Canadians receiving help to die, the yearly growth rate has slowed, down to a 15% jump last year. More than 95% of those who received MAID last year were deemed to have natural death as foreseeable, which means the patient was already on an immediate path towards death.
Right, so I already explained that, right? Somebody they know it's going to happen. They know it's down the road shortly even. So, all right, just do it now. I get that. I understand it. I don't know as far as what you guys feel about whether it's something that you would do. I know some of us have older parents and stuff like that. So I don't want to get dark, but this is shit that we got to think about. All right. But when it comes to that, that's fine. It's expanded.
But 4% did not, meaning even though living a long life was likely, their medical condition was too much to bear.
So, right, exactly what I said. They didn't have death in their future. Just the medical condition that they had is just too much to bear, and they're like, you know what? Pull the plug. I want to go. Are y'all good with that one? Just let's start there. Are we good with that one before we get to where they want to take it? Is that okay with you? One in the chat if it's okay. If the person doesn't foresee dying in the next 10 years, but they say still give me that maid assistance. One in the chat if you're cool with that. Two if in the chat if you're like, no, you're gone too far, bro. No. Just because you're sick. Right? So one in the chat if you agree with that rule. Two in the chat if that's just way too much. Like, and I'll continue this here. West End, Jess West End says, I'm cool with that. All right. It's been said number one. So okay. A lot of people are okay with that. All right. Okay. Maybe I'm tripping. I feel like at that point you already went a little bit too far. But I do understand if I want to, understand, be sympathetic to the people on that side of the fence who may be sick and they're like, bruh, I know I'm not going to die in the next year or so, but this medical condition that I'm dealing with is just way too crazy. But let's continue.
And that's drawing concern because the data shows those who could choose to live were suffering from other mental struggles, motivating them to die.
Nearly half of the people in those situations cite feeling a burden, and nearly half cite suffering from loneliness.
Calling for more restrictions on who can apply for medically assisted dying.
It is discriminatory to offer death to people with disabilities who are not otherwise dying.
But others are against more hurdles.
We don't want to put in any more barriers or make the process any harder than it has to be.
And in just over 2 years from now, the law is also set to expand to allow people diagnosed solely with a mental illness and no other issues to apply for medically assisted dying.
You hear that? Run it again.
People diagnosed solely
barriers or make the process any harder than it has to be.
And in just over 2 years from now, the law is also set to expand to allow people diagnosed solely with a mental illness and no other issues to apply for medically assisted dying.
So solely with a mental issue and no medical issues in the next 2 years, they're looking to expand this rule. So if you just have mental problems and you're like, you know what, I don't know, what are we talking about? I'm depressed. I have schizophrenia, BPD. You know what? Let me go to the hospital and see if they'll unalive me. Like, that's crazy. Am I crazy or what? Am I wrong? Like to think that this is crazy? I could understand, like I'll reiterate. I could understand if you're terminally ill. You're looking at the tunnel of, I might not be here before the end of the year. Get me out of here. I'm in too much pain. I get it. But when we're talking about like depression, anxiety, what falls under the category of having a mental issue now that you can go and get made? Right? Medically assisted deaths and stuff like, I don't know. I just think Canada's in a weird place, man. Somebody said something very interesting here. Still that fly guy says, MAID is population control. That is a fact. Like they're making it that easy for people to go unalive themselves, bro? You're basically just giving a whole bunch of doctors a license to kill. Wow. Listen, this is the country that we're living in. I don't know how big MAID or medically assisted deaths are over there in the United States. I've heard Star talking about this before, asking about like, yo, what's going on over there in Canada? And I just thought that was just something that everybody was doing. But I guess that's a Canada thing. Damn. Let me see what you're saying here. It's Ben said, nah, you're saying Friday. It's just other people, including themselves, are somewhat tired of dealing with these types of individuals when there's help out there and you don't see any improvement from them. All right. Tasha Latina says disturbing. Hell yes, disturbing. Listen, I just want to give you guys just a quick glimpse into some of the different wild rules that we have over here in Canada. It's just a weird country that we're living in. There's a couple more things even on this country that we have as far as updates. Chrystia Freeland, our finance minister, that weird looking lady that you always see next to Trudeau, she stepped down. To me, I'm there looking at this like, what's next? If she stepped down, is Trudeau next? Is he trying to get out of here? Because those tariffs that have been coming down, once those tariffs start hitting, those Trump tariffs, those 25% tariffs, it's going to make Trudeau look kind of crazy. Like you couldn't keep your own country under control. And Trump came and bullied your ass. My bad. And Trump came and bullied your ass, right? Let me see what I can find here. I'll show you all just a quick thing on Chrystia Freeland. Sorry, gang. It's a kind of it's hard to take in. It's hard on the eyes. This nigga's under pressure to step down.
We are following breaking news from Ottawa, where Finance Minister and Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland has announced she has resigned. Now, in a letter posted to X, addressed and viable path is to resign from cabinet. Let's bring in now our Glenn McGregor.
Hold on. My bad. I should have stopped.
Prime Minister
My
Freeland
ADD
says the Prime Minister and her have found themselves at odds over the past few weeks about the best path forward for Canada. She says the Prime Minister told her on Friday that he no longer wanted her to serve as Finance Minister and was offered another job in cabinet. The letter goes on to say, upon further reflection, she has concluded the only honest and viable path is to resign from cabinet. Let's bring in now our Glenn McGregor, who is standing by on Parliament Hill.
God
Glenn,
damn.
this is a bombshell. Were we expecting this?
Absolutely not expecting this. We were expecting today, Karen, to be covering Chrystia Freeland in her announcement of the fall economic statement. In fact, about 10 a.m. was
getting the hell out of Dodge.
Would go out to journalists under embargo. That means they couldn't report on any of it until Freeland delivers it at 4 p.m. We don't know what's going to happen now because the fall economic statement is entirely a work attributed to the finance minister. She was supposed to have a press conference within the embargo space at around 2 p.m. to talk about the fall economic statement, lay out the future of the Canadian economy, new measures that are being taken. Instead, she quits cabinet. I mean, it's an absolutely astounding development. In fact, that tweet came out just as we were hearing from another cabinet minister, Sean Fraser, who's the housing minister, announcing his resignation. So in the period of, 10 minutes, effectively, you have two resignations of two very senior cabinet ministers, both of whom have been touted at various times as possible successors to Justin Trudeau. Now, the thing about the Freelands that is so damaging is she talks about the differences in this letter, the open letter to the Prime Minister that she's put out on Twitter today. She talks about the differences.
Hold on, no sidetrack. SG. I didn't put my lips on the goddamn Rolls Royce. It's a picture that was meant to get traction and troll. And guess what? It worked. They keep on using that same stupid ass picture every time I'm under pressure. They keep on using that picture. So guess what? It worked. It's the gift that keeps on giving. They got to keep on going back to my goddamn page to go pull the picture down. It's Googleable now.
An approach between her
We ain't talking about that no more.
Justin Trudeau, particularly it seems to be over the although she doesn't say this emphatically, it seems to be referring to this planned GST cut that came in force on Saturday. It's going to be in place for 2 months, as well as the $250 per person checks that the Liberal government was planning to send out in April to everyone who had an income in 2023.
Oh, bro, you got out of Dodge right before we were supposed to hand out some checks? What is going on, B? Why is everybody moving away from Justin right now? What he did?
And I'm going to read you what Freeland writes in her letter here because she talks about the threat of these tariffs that Donald Trump has talked about imposing. And Freeland says we need to keep our fiscal powder dry today so we can have the reserves we may need for a coming tariff war. That means eschewing costly political gimmicks. So referencing, we think she's referring to the GST holiday, which a lot of economists thought was wrong-headed and wasn't going to make a difference for most people, but was going to cause a lot of aggravation for small businesses in particular. So what happens now? Well, almost certainly a cabinet shuffle, possibly as early as Wednesday this week, that the Prime Minister will now have to fill in that vacancy for Finance Minister. Who is the most likely contender? Well, it's been me.
Who cares who's the most likely contender? Let me show y'all something. What did I see here on the screen here? There's another thing I want to show y'all from that started popping off. This nigga just dropped some shit today. He just dropped some shit today. Actually, let me show y'all that first. This guy's a beast. This guy's an animal. This is your mans in them. Watch what DJ T said. Okay, said no one can answer why we subsidize Canada to the tune of over $100 million a year. Makes no sense. Many Canadians want Canada to become the 51st state. What? What? We said that? You said that, my nigga. We didn't say that. Low-key, some of us do, though. Not me, but some of us do. But he was like, low-key, y'all, a lot of your own people want to just become American. Like, calm down, bro. They would save massively on taxes and military protection. Kind of facts. I think it's a great idea. 51st state. Bare exclamation points. Oh, man. This guy is a classic. DJ T. This nigga stays trolling Justin Trudeau. No respect. You know why we can't become a 51st state? Because if that was to happen, you know how disrespectful this nigga would treat us? Because we said, yes, okay, Trump, we'll just become American. It's going to be like, you guys are 51st bitches. Just give us the highest taxes. We'll be the state. Canada will be the state with the highest taxes out of the whole of America. You know, they'll be like, weed will be illegal. They'll just make weed illegal again. Oh, you guys have legalized weed again? Nah, I don't want that over there. Weed's illegal in Canada. Just punk the shit out of us if they made us the 51st state. Like, it's not a mutual thing where we're like, yo, let's do business. Hey, you know what? Let's just join your country. No, that'll make us look like a bitch. And guess what happens when you look like a bitch? You get treated like a bitch. We're not doing it, man. I'm not going. Before that happens, I'll actually move to another American state. So I won't be in Canada when the transition is happening that you guys are turning Canada into a goddamn state. That's just disrespectful, bro. That's just hella disrespectful. Let me see if Trudeau resign. Look at that. Look at that SEO on Trudeau resigning. Growing pressure. Let's see. Your man's in them.
Thank you all for being here tonight. It has been an eventful couple of days. It hasn't been easy, and that's why I'm so happy to see you guys.
I'll block him on.
You know, it's hard not to feel happy when we're like this, among liberals, among family, because that's what we really are, a big family.
No.
Now, like...
You ain't in my family, bro. Stop this, bro. Stop. This nigga pisses me off.
Like most families.
He got punchable face.
Sometimes we have fights around the holidays. But of course, like most families, we find our way through it.
This nigga thinks he's on an SNL.
Over 150 years of liberal history. In the meantime, the Conservatives have changed their names multiple times and changed their values more times than I can count.
Deflect. Get to the shit, bro. Are you going to resign? Because everybody's like, bro, everybody's leaving your cabinet. What you going to do? We're tired of you. Regular polls happen where they're just like, get Trudeau out of here. Polyev is constantly winning in the polls as far as pre-election type polls that they might have. Nigga, the sign is there, bro. It's on the wall, fam. You gotta go.
I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I remember when
This nigga wanna-
conservative stood for protecting
My bad. This nigga want to leave kicking and screaming, bro.
Our institutions instead of trying to tear them down. I mean, just look at their current leader. His slogans are all about cutting taxes, but put an actual tax cut on the table, and he votes against it. He voted against a tax break for Canadians over these Christmas holidays.
Deflect.
Justin
bro.
Trudeau.
Suck balls, bro.
Some 50 Liberal MPs, members of the caucus, are calling on the Prime Minister to resign. One of them is
50 MPs are saying, yo, get out of here, bro. Leave. Yo, the message isn't louder, fam. Niggas don't want you around here no more, my G. You gotta go.
Chad Collins, Liberal MP for Hamilton East, Stony Creek. He joined us live here. Chad, good to talk to you this morning.
Oh, this is what I want to show you. Doug Ford, CNN. Let's go, Dougie. Let's go, Dougie.
Tonight, Donald Trump throwing Canada into chaos.
You know what? Maybe Doug Ford should become the goddamn prime minister. I wasn't messing with Ford for a second, but now I'm kind of messing with him now. He might need to be the prime minister. This nigga's on CNN speaking for us. Shit that our prime minister can't do. He's like, oh, what? You went to Mar-a-Lago. Trump called you a bitch, told you to leave. Said, yo, you know what? Thanks for coming. You want to become the 51st state? Disrespected the nigga. And now our Ontario premier has to step up and do prime minister type duties. Gucci Gucci Goes 33 says Doug a weirdo too. Yo, I'm saying, R.I.P. Rob Ford, bro. The nigga was a street nigga. Rob Ford was in the trap, bro. Doug knows what it is, man. He started from the bottom, now he's here.
After calling Canada
I'm sorry,
a state and calling its prime minister Governor Justin Trudeau, comes as Trump's nemesis in Canada. The country's deputy prime minister, Chrystia Freeland, who's also its finance minister, is gone. She abruptly resigned after clashing with Prime Minister Trudeau, saying he is not doing enough to stand up to Trump and Trump's threat of 25% tariffs on every single good that comes into the United States from Canada. Trump calls her toxic. But there is another top Canadian official now taking Trump on tonight.
Let's go, Dougie!
Ontario Premier Doug Ford. He is calling for his country to use every tool in our toolbox, a direct quote, including cutting off Canadian energy to the United States if Trump follows through with his threat. Warning, quote, the Americans are going to feel the pain as well.
Talk that shit, my nigga. Yeah, bro. That's how we're supposed to talk, fam. If you can't have Trump just talking crazy to us, bro.
Premier Ford is out front with me tonight. And Premier, I appreciate your time. And I want to just start here with your proposal itself.
Stand on
what
business,
exactly does
Doug.
cutting
Let's
off
go,
Canadian
man.
energy to the United States look like?
Well, first of all, Aaron, thanks for having me on. You know, that's the last thing I want to do. I want to sell more.
Sorry, before we let Doug cook, somebody did say a true point. You did make a good point there, son. Done, son. Said Doug is the reason rent is up. You ain't wrong about that. Before we start here, Canada needs to use up more space. How the F are we gonna overprice the city that no one can even navigate through? That's why man them are spinning the block. Jeez. Yo, it's just a tough crowd. Nobody's got hope for us right now. And like, yo, we can do this, man. We can get these tariffs out of here, bro. Listen to Dougie. Dougie's got a plan, man.
Electricity, more power to our U.S. friends and closest allies in the world. But that's a tool that we have in our toolbox.
Yeah.
We power over 1.5 million homes in Michigan and counties in Michigan and New York State and Wisconsin. That's the last thing I want to do. I want to sell more energy to the U.S.
I will shut the lights off in Michigan, nigga. I dare you to add a tariff. Michigan, Wisconsin, lights out, nigga. Let's go,
I want
Dougie.
to sell more critical minerals to the U.S. Again, we are the closest trading partner, closest allies. We do $1.3 trillion of two-way trade. That's more than Japan, China, UK, and France combined. I just feel we aren't the enemy. The big problem, in my opinion, is China. Cheap Chinese products going through Mexico. They're slapping a made in Mexico sticker on, shipping it up through the US and Canada and costing American and Canadian jobs.
So, when you talk about that Americans will feel the pain if you have to go through with this.
Hear those words? That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I need my prime minister to sound like. You're going to feel the pain. Those aggressive words. Pain. I'm going to beat the shit out of you if I financially if you come over here and you try to add your tariffs.
You specifically threatened to turn off the lights to 1.5 million Americans. And I say that just because if you're specifically talking about electricity coming into the U.S. from Canada, that only makes up about 1% of annual U.S. electricity consumption. That's according to the EIA here in the U.S.
Fight back.
But, Premier, when it comes to crude oil, if you go bigger, you're looking at Canadian exports to the U.S., 60% of America's total oil imports come from Canada. So,
bitch, you don't think Doug don't know that shit? Come on, fam. Electricity is level 1. Come on, mess around and find out. First, we'll turn off the lights. Then we'll cut off the oil.
Do you want to go bigger in this? If these tariffs are going to go through, should you reciprocate with tariffs, not just on electricity, but on crude oil itself?
Let's go. Say yes.
Well, we ship down 4.3 million barrels every single day. If there was a tariff on that, that would increase gas by $1 a gallon. That wouldn't go over very well. And, both sides of the border are going to feel the pain.
See what he did right there? That's a slick nigga right there, bro. Say it again. You know what I'm saying? Like on some battle rap shit. Say it again.
Oh,
hold it down. Say it again.
We ship down 4.3 million barrels every single day. If there was a tariff on that, that would increase gas by $1 a gallon. That wouldn't go over very well.
Ooh.
And
yo, chill. Hold it down. That's one of those. Right? Said, that wouldn't go over too well. Americans, y'all don't want your dollar. You don't want your gas to go up $1, do you? Y'all good with that? Let me come a little bit close. Y'all good with that? How much is gas over there on average right now? Whatever state you're in, put it in the chat. How much is the average gallon of gas per gallon? All right. I know y'all ain't trying to get up to the metric system like we over here. We doing liters over here, but gas per gallon. I just went and got some gas earlier by the liter, and it was, I think, $1.45 per liter. Okay. So I know in America, y'all dealing with gallons. It might be like $1.25 a gallon type shit. 2-piece no biscuit says $1.50 a gallon. There we go. How about we make that $2.50? You good with that, bro? Tell Trump to fall back. Niggas will be taking less trips, taking less long trips. Oh, let's take a long drive. Let's go from Wisconsin to Alabama. No, you won't. $2.50 a gallon. Let's go. Yo, bring Dougie back up, man. Where's my nigga Doug, bro? Talk your shit, bro.
You know, both sides of the border are going to feel the pain. We rely on each other. Ontario is a big auto province, and I want to work with the U.S. I love the American people. I spent 20 years of my life there in Chicago, in our Chicago facility in New Jersey. I love Americans. I love the U.S., and we're so much stronger together. Let's build Fort MCAN, and let's onshore these products from China and create more American and Canadian jobs.
So can I just ask you, taking a step back, and I know some of the stuff Trump had posted, you know, you referred again to Canada as a state. He referred again to Prime Minister Trudeau as a governor.
Hold on, let me stop. What did these niggas say the first time? This guy is such a dickhead, bro. I messed with him, okay? I'm not in a position to vote for Trump, or I wasn't in a position to vote for Trump. So to be honest, if I was living in America, I probably would have voted for that nigga. Y'all could call me a C-oon, a C-O-O-N. Y'all could do that if you want, but I would have voted for Trump. MAGA, bitch. The great state of Canada is stunned as the finance minister resigns or was fired from her position by Governor Trudeau. This guy's a prick. Her behavior was totally toxic and not all conducive to making deals which are good for the very unhappy citizens of Canada. My bad. She will not be missed. This nigga's just, I don't know what to do, bro. This nigga has zero respect. January 6th, fasten your seatbelts, Canada. We have somebody who doesn't like us. He don't even like Canada, bro. The way he's talking about Canada, I don't know if it's Canada he don't like or if it's Trudeau. You know what? Matter of fact, let me just chill. If I lived in the United States, I might have voted for what's her name, Kamala. Because this nigga Trump's really acting a lot like Kendrick Lamar. What's the problem you got with Canada, Trump? You singing "You Not Like Us" over there in the office at Mar-a-Lago? Is that what Trump's playing? Dun, 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 dun. Right? Is that what Trump's doing at Mar-a-Lago? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Right? Is that what he's doing? A little Trump dance? Like, what you got against Canada, bro? Like, direct your energy at Justin. Like Kendrick, the way that you could be coming for the Canada shit, dropping your little subliminals, keep your energy on Drake. Don't be speaking for the whole of Canada. Same thing with you, Trump. Keep your energy on that pum Justin. It's not us. It's Justin. Mind you, it's kind of us because we voted for this nigga. Not me, but we voted him in. We're the one. We're responsible. Maybe, because, you know, the votes could be kind of rigged. But we're responsible for bringing this nigga in. So I can understand where you're like, what's wrong with y'all niggas? This is the nigga you voted for? Really? This is who you voted for? The man who can't keep his wife. The man who wore blackface 3 times. This guy, or 2 times? My bad. I don't want to, you know, say anything wrong and get a Twitter shit. Right? This guy? Really? This is who you voted for? I can understand his sentiment then. I get it, Trump. I'd feel kind of a way about Canadians too. Like, how did you guys vote for this guy so that every time we got to do meetings and then the Canadian leader comes in, this nigga walks through the door? Trump's tired of dealing with him. He had to deal with him on his first term. He's like, yo, this nigga's still here? Bro, a whole 80 or a dead guy did a whole term in between, and now I'm coming back into office and you're still here? You need to go home. That's what the problem is. We keep these niggas for too long, bro.
He referred again to Prime Minister Trudeau as a governor.
It's not even my bad. It's not even the 8-year stretch. The nigga didn't do back-to-back terms. He did a full 4 years, then lost to freaking Weekend at Bernie's Biden. So then the whole 4 years he's not in office. Now he's coming back in January, and the same niggas in office over here in Canada. Come on, B.
The first time he had posted that AI generated image of himself standing next to the Canadian flag with the caption, "Oh, Canada." And that was after Prime Minister Trudeau flew down to Mar-a-Lago unannounced
Crazy.
to meet with Trump about his tariff threat, where, Trump joked that Canada could become the 51st state. So can we just take a step back? I know in some of this he's sort of making a joke, but he's doing it again and again and again. And
It's not a joke, bro.
It is demeaning. I mean, how do you respond to that he keeps referring to Canada as a state and the leader of your country as a governor?
Well, it's up to premiers like myself, which is equivalent to governors down in the U.S.
Yep.
It's our job to go down and inform Americans. We have a large ad campaign going on in the U.S. to inform them that we are their number one trading partner, number one ally in the entire world. The supply chains are so integrated. We're so much stronger together. The only people that win, Aaron, is China. Americans lose, Canadians lose,
China.
And that's the problem. And Mexico has to make a decision.
Hold on. Let me give a translation. Go what he just said. Because he said, we're kind of governors. Like we're, premiers. We're kind of like you guys governors over there. Translation. When our prime minister's a bitch, sometimes I got to step up and say what he's not willing to say because he's pussy.
You're either with Beijing or you're with Washington. I'll tell you what Canadians are with. They're with Washington.
So do you take Trump seriously when he mocks Canada, or do you think that that's just, his negotiating tactic?
He has a sense of humor, but I'm more concerned about the trade, making sure that we secure trade on both sides of the border. And this is pretty simple. The president has asked to secure our border. I agree with him 1,000%. We need to secure our border. We're going to secure our border. We have to meet our 2% commitment to NATO, and we're going to do both. So those are two asks that we're going to get done. I've been saying it well before President Trump was elected.
He did say that. I feel like a super Doug Ford defender today, and I spent like 3/4 of this year kicking this nigga's back in, but in the Q4, holy Dougie. Hold on, let me get this nigga a round of applause. Round of applause. Where's my applause button? Great performance in the fourth quarter, my G. This nigga did that, bro. You did that, bro. You did that, bro. In the fourth quarter, this nigga came through in the clutch. When Trudeau dropped the ball at the end, Doug was like, I got this. Let me go over to CNN. Mar-a-Lago, they ain't letting him over at Mar-a-Lago. He said, yo, Trump, let me pull up. Trump said, nah, bro, you're Canadian. You're not like us. So he went over to CNN. This nigga is on his job, bro. Let Doug cook. Hashtag let Doug cook. Fourth quarter Doug. This nigga's the Steph Curry of politics right now.
Secure our border. We're going to secure our border. We have to meet our 2% commitment to NATO, and we're going to do both. So those are two asks that we're going to get done. I've been saying it well before President Trump was elected that we have to meet the 2%. We have to secure our borders. And then we move forward and sit down and have a discussion. I'd love to sit down with the president, businessman to businessman, and have a conversation with them because we are so much stronger together.
All right. Well, Premier Ford, I appreciate your time tonight, and thank
you. Yeah. Look at Doug Ford, man, representing for us, bro. Thank you, Doug. We needed that, man. Our prime minister's a pom-pom. We needed you, bro. It didn't even have to be him. He was the one who decided to step up. But it can't be. He's the most visible person besides Pierre Poilievre and Doug Trudeau himself. The only other person that we care about when we watch the TV in politics, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just speaking from a nigga who's not really deep into the politics like that. I just talk shit on YouTube. But the niggas who I see the most, who get the most attention, who get the audience's attention the most, is freaking fluff hair Trudeau when he talks, and then we're like, oh, bro, shut up. And Doug Ford. Doug Ford pulls up. He says what he says. Sometimes we agree with him. When he said, yo, get off your ass and get a job, I said, you know what? Yeah, that's fourth quarter Doug turning up. And he ended off the year strong. I ain't mad at him. Right? We might need to get this guy in the seat right there for prime minister, because we ain't dealing with those tariffs, bro. 25% on our shit, fam. You need to calm down, bro. Calm down. But yeah, salute to Doug Ford. No salute to my youth there, Justin Trudeau. Somebody said something, gave him a good name earlier, Justin Goof, or Justin True Goof. Yeah, I like that right there. That has a ring to it. Justin True Goof. All right, and listen, just chill. All right, don't try to get me sniped. I know I just got a little small little YouTube channel, but people be hearing that shit. I don't want these guys to come through and have, you know, white vans outside of the crib and shit like that. I'm just talking my shit, bro. All right. I think we can end it there. We got a nice 3 hours in the vault right there. Salute to Roadrunner. That's the interview that's going to be dropping tomorrow morning. It's going to be on all audio platforms tomorrow morning, 3 a.m. Look out for the video early if you guys want to watch it on Spotify. YouTube premiere, 6 p.m. What else did I got in the vault? Citizen Kane interview on the way. Dylan Ponder's interview on the way. And Hood Baby Gigi interview on the way. And I think I'll do a few more. You know what I'm saying? I might do a few more before the end of the year. But yeah, thank you for everybody who's been tapping in from the beginning of the stream to the end. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit those comments. You know what I'm saying? And hit the subscribe or you're dissing. All right? We are off of this. Deuces.